actually have something to plug. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
I would ask you to shame people as well. It's just part of the show. Yeah. I'm not changing it for anyone.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people to shame.
Good. Other thing
shame
is too.
As many people as you want. Hello, you beautiful freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Frequels. I'm EJ Leeson, and with me always, my co-host and cutie patootie, Rory Colorasi. What's up, baby?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I was doing not great, and then you called me a cutie patootie, and I was like,
I felt pretty good.
yeah, it feels good.
I saw you like brush the dirt off your shoulder.
I did.
Yeah.
There's a little like a twinkle in my eye right now.
Yeah. And you know what?
It's reflecting back at me from my glasses, blinding me, burning my retinas, but, you know, it's worth it.
I'm happy to do that for you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. And
Cutie Patootie signing off.
we have two special guests today. First, one of my favorite peoples ever. No stranger to the show. He's an actor, horror expert, and karaoke king. Mr. Justin O'Hearn. What's up, dude?
Not much up. What's up with you guys?
Nothing. How you doing?
You know, I'm just here. Great to be back. Third time. You guys let me out of the basement for a third time. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, and I was so bummed I missed it with the second
I know.
one.
I was so bummed, but
Yeah.
you're here now. It's going to be great.
I know. It
was a fun one, though. It was great.
Yeah.
Elle stepped in. She killed it.
Oh, I know.
And personally, I was really happy you weren't on that week. Personally. Just
thank
saying
you.
personally.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
For a while now, I've just been like, what would it be like not to
What would it be like if EJ wasn't here?
Yeah, I'm like, man, some dreams do come
Like
true.
writes your name down and scratches it out afterwards.
He's like,
Don't
fuck this guy.
it feels really good to scratch your name off things.
Yeah. Guess who's not here?
America demanded it.
They wanted it. No big deal. So second, and our second guest, first time appearance, director, actress, playwright, and author of such books like Tainted Love, Strange Girls, Women in Horror Anthology, My American Nightmare Anthology, and Labor, Unrest in Scranton, as well as the Forest Hill Cemetery, the amazing Ms. Marnie Azzarelli.
Hi guys, I'm happy to be here.
I'm so
I've been
pumped
annoying EJ about being on this podcast for about a year now.
Yeah,
so I'm
it's
happy
true.
to be here.
He started rattling off your credentials, and I'm like, she's way overqualified to be here.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, damn, I did this.
It's like
When did
American
this
Beauty.
happen?
I think you're overqualified to be here.
Do I need a manager?
So what's up, buddy? How's it going?
Doing great. I'm happy to be talking about one of my favorite movies today. So
Too.
Well,
Me
we've
too.
changed the movie today.
Yeah.
Today
You were-
will not be.
Talking
We
about
told
Kangaroo
you.
Jack starring Jerry O'Connell.
oh my god, don't even. I can tell you about that movie. I did go to see that movie. I was very
Dude,
mad.
Stand By Me, Jerry O'Connell.
Don't tease me with Kangaroo Jack, okay?
Yeah.
Like they did in the
actually
trailers
kinda-
when you thought
No,
there was
I
going
like
to be a
that
talking
movie.
kangaroo and there wasn't a talking kangaroo.
That's how
I
you
was
lose
so
your
mad.
audience.
Well, yeah, I was like 8 years old when it came out. I was looking for a talking kangaroo.
and
Instead,
she was betrayed by Jerry O'Connell then and never looked
you
back.
know what? That might be why I
might
don't
be.
like him.
There it is.
Yeah.
We found out.
Wow.
childhood trauma
Thanks for the therapy session.
unearthed here on Frequels.
Here on Frequels. No, but I've been dying to have you on for a long time.
Yay.
And I was so pumped because we were recently doing a play. I'm like, hey, are you guys like free in March? And to do Scream 2, because you're like, I want to do a Scream movie. And I was like, perfect. And we have to get Justin then, too, because Justin's a
Screen bestie.
huge Scream fan, too.
Oh, Mega Man is that.
So I was like, we got to do Scream 2.
Wait. Are we not doing Kangaroo Jack?
Oh. Yeah, we are.
Because I got notes.
All right.
Anthony
yeah.
Anderson's in that one, too. I like
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's
He's in
funny.
Scream 4.
You
Look
didn't
at
feel
that.
betrayed
Oh,
by him?
yeah. No, never. Not in my life. He did a whole episode, like a whole TV thing on horror movies.
Yeah.
It was like one of my favorite things to watch, and I can't for the life of me remember the name of it.
Oh,
But I really
cool.
loved it. He did,
Kangaroo
like a whole,
Jack.
Yes, Kangaroo Jack.
Kangaroo Jack. Nice.
He cannot let me down. Jerry O'Connell, though, lets me down every day.
I didn't know that.
This is you have a burning hatred for Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell, I know you listen to the show.
I'm sorry.
We love
So
you.
we have a surprise. Bring out Jerry.
Jerry.
Hey guys. Hey Sid.
Take out my gun.
I love you, Marnie.
No. I just turned and make you shoot him. Oh my god.
I think he had a singing coach for this.
I think they
Oh
should
my
have.
god, if he did.
Did they not have like money to dub him?
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Like they could
We'll
just
get there.
Do you like the High School Musical thing where it's Zac Efron's face, but it's a whole different person
Yeah.
singing?
They
It's
should got
Drew
Drew
Seeley.
Seeley to come in.
That's like
No, those are beautiful blue eyes.
Those are beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah.
I heard you know the movie Walk Hard that I bring up all the time.
Yeah.
So like I heard Jenna Fisher
I have
talk
not
about.
heard about that movie in 10 years.
Oh, it's so awesome! You should revisit it. Jenna Fisher talked about how on that movie they got someone to fill in for her singing duties because she heard herself back on tape and she was like, "Oh no!" It's like,
Thank God she had the foresight.
yeah, Jerry O'Connell's probably like, "No, it sounds good. No one's gonna be."
I got this, guys.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
fine.
this.
No, I only want to. I was just a little pitchy. It's fine.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Don't worry about it.
Do you think like Wes Craven stepped out to smoke a cigarette while they were filming that?
Absolutely.
It's like-
Absolutely. Like, you guys handle this. I'm gonna be outside.
He was bird watching, actually. He was out there looking for birds.
He was writing his Greek theater scene that had no business being in there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's like, you know what? I'm
I
gonna
liked
put
it,
that
though.
in.
We're gonna
that too.
talk about all these things,
And
all
more.
these gripes.
But first, Justin, let's start with you. What movies have you watched recently? Anything good?
No, I have not. I've been so behind on watching movies, sadly.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
So you didn't get to go
trombone.
check out Hard Eyes yet?
No, not yet.
wanna
I
see
want
Hard
to.
Eyes
I'm like,
so
so bad.
bad.
Every weekend I'm like, I gotta do this. And then like things happen and I don't get there.
Damn it.
Yeah,
know,
it's
I
just
gotta
gotta
see
sleep.
Yeah.
I saw
I
Hard
stay till 3
Eyes.
o'clock in the morning on my laptop. That's
Yeah,
how you do it.
Yeah.
No one heard that. I made a joke.
I got hard eyes.
Nobody heard me. I'm just gonna leave it
You all
buried
have
in the
hard
audio.
eyes for freaking Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
my
do.
God.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, baby. How about Marnie? How about you? Have you seen any new movies at all, or
Well-
any like movies at all that you just recently watched?
I watched Longlegs because someone let me borrow their Blu-ray of Longlegs, and then also gave me Blue is the Warmest Color to Read, and I did those both in the same night. And I don't think I should have done that because like one's like
It's
Longlegs.
exactly the same thing.
Oh yeah, no, so right. Yeah, they're so comparable.
Yeah.
Just like
It's a good companion.
Yeah, oh yeah,
piece.
yeah. I wish Nicolas Cage was in Blue is the Warmest Color. I think that would have like really riled things up in that.
Yeah.
I've been doing.
We're gonna talk about that movie someday.
Yeah.
Oh please! I honestly, everyone's like so divisive on it, but I truly love that movie.
Yeah, I like walked out of that movie and I was like, I just saw something special. And then of course I started talking to people and they're like, the movie sucked. I'm like, you suck.
yeah, punch
What
you
the
in the
fuck's
face.
wrong with you? I was let down. I'm like, fuck you.
It's
I
not
love
let down.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I
I
just
like
no,
Osgood Perkins too. I think
That's-
he's so good.
I agree. That's the star of that whole thing is
Yeah.
his style.
Yes, I love his style, and I didn't know he was Anthony Perkins' freaking son.
Oh yeah, and he's in Psycho 2 for a shot.
Oh no! Aw.
Little Oz.
Is he really?
Yeah. Do you remember like when Norman goes up the steps and he's like reliving that memory of the mother shouting at him? And there's a reflection of him on the wall,
Yeah.
on the door. That's Osgood Perkins, according to the
wow.
credits
I
of the
never
movie.
knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like when you see Baby Joe Hill in Creepshow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. And then I knew about Osgood Perkins in Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
No, he was in Legally Blonde.
Yeah, he's the guy with like the emo kind of guy.
Oh no shit!
Like the whole time.
He had
Yeah.
some long legs in that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Just saying.
Boom.
Legally, whatever.
Shock music.
Yeah, shock music. How about anything else? Have you watched or no?
Not really. I watched
Yeah.
Ghost the band just released their music video for their single Satanized, and I watched that 30 times today. So
Yeah, I went on a whole spiel one day trying to explain Ghost, but I did
there's
a
no
terrible
way.
job.
There's no way to explain Ghost.
Yeah.
You just have to experience.
Well, why
it.
don't you try explaining to her your interpretation of Ghost?
Oh, I would love to hear this.
So I compared Ghost to Smurfs, and I was like, There's like a Papa Ghost, a Handy Ghost, Vanity Ghost.
Okay, yeah, no, you're kind of right. Honestly,
Right?
the way you're explaining it works.
Hey, don't humor him.
Yeah.
If there was anything he said that made a bit of sense.
Yeah.
I had Ghost fans writing into the show, and they were mad.
Yeah.
We lost half our audience.
No, the front man would be down for this. Yeah, Tobias, he would absolutely we're Smurfs.
But it's Papa Charitus? Is that close?
Papa Emeritus, yeah.
Emeritus.
What about Paparazzi?
There's 5 of them now.
He's a guy, right?
Paparazzi. Yeah, he had like a thing with like Lady Gaga there for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård was in that music video.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Those Skarsgårds.
He's hot.
Oh boy. I gotta take a minute.
Let's all take a walk. Think about that Skarsgård.
Skarsgårds.
Skarsgårds. How about you, Rory?
Well, I'm gonna let you go first because I'm gonna go on a tirade.
Okay, you know what? I'll keep it quick. I saw Last Breath. Skip.
Ooh.
It's not great. Yeah, with Woody
Glowing
Harrelson.
recommendation.
Skip it. But oh my god, hold on.
Oh my god.
Killed him.
Here
He's
we
dying.
go.
So I watched this movie that was recommended, and it's called Slay, and it was on Tubi. And it's about, it's kind of like a mixture of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, meets,
Oh, I've seen that.
like,
Okay.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And it's 4 drag queens who are on their way. They're traveling, and they have this gig at this, like, a weird roadhouse. And then a vampire, like, outbreak happens, and they're, like, fighting their way through it. It was hilarious and amazing, and I loved it.
I hope
Cool.
I hope the drag queen subgenre of horror just becomes a big thing.
really
Because there's more than a few like drag queen related horror movies, and I'm so down for that.
Yeah, I was like, it just came, like, I was going through Tubi, and I saw that, I was like, oh, what is this? And I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. So I checked it out, and I freaking loved it. It was so good. For, like, a Tubi movie.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like, it's not...
All of a sudden you're speaking ill of Tubi.
No, I love... oh my god.
Backhanded compliment.
Excuse me. I actually loved the remake of Terror Train. I thought it was awesome.
They did a remake of Terror Train?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They did a Terror Train 1 and 2, but the second one's not good.
And if you
the
didn't,
first one's good though.
And
Did
if you
watch
didn't
it?
see
not.
it,
I'll
you're not
check it out.
alone.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the good guy from Winona Earp, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. So
You're Winona Earp.
I don't know. Whatever.
Sorry.
Over to you.
Sorry for calling you that. Over to me. I saw some movies. I've been
Yeah.
going on a spree. I saw.
Wait, you know what? I also watched Flow, and it was amazing.
Did you?
Oh, with the
Yeah.
kitty?
You watched Flow?
With the cat?
Yeah.
Why did you
guys
talk?
watch it?
You talked about Tubi before you talked about Flow. Get the fuck out of here!
No, Robin and I, we watched Flow.
And it's
the
awesome,
night after.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's
so cute.
so good. It's so such an incredible movie. Like this year for
Visually speaking, it is a masterpiece.
yeah, all the animated movies this year are literally it's like 1994, like Best Picture, right?
Sure.
There's all these great movies, and because Wild Robot's amazing, Inside Out
Gromit.
2. Yeah,
Oh,
Wallace and
Inside Out 2
Gromit.
was good.
I loved Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah, it's the most
And-
depressingly wonderful thing I've ever seen.
and then Flow. Like that was like a impossible category.
So
it's
once,
so good.
So like at the Oscars, because the Oscars was last Sunday. When Flo won, I my fist literally went what? Like I was like pumping in the air and stuff. I was so happy because I thought they were like going to give it to the Wild Robot because everyone I talked to, they're like, no, I have insight. I'm like, no, you don't. But like I kept telling everybody, I'm like, I love the Wild Robot. I really do. I think it's a wonderful movie. But like Flo is like a very like exceptional, rare
Yes.
kind of movie.
Yeah.
And when that won, I was like so excited because Flo, you guys don't know this, looks just like my cat.
Aww.
So I was a little biased, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
I love that there was a little animated Flo holding his trophy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go Flo.
You'll learn this about me on this show, but I have a love for cats.
Oh, you're in good company.
Yeah, I'm a
The
bit
movie
obsessed.
by what's his name?
I'm also in it. Yeah, well, not that. No, not the movie. The 1988 stage version movie.
Oh, okay. No,
I
he liked
saw
the
Cat.
Taylor Swift movie.
I did. I saw it. I saw it in theater. At one point, I forgot I was a human being while I was watching it. Like my mouth was agape, and there was like drool dripping down my. I think I
lost
left
your
my
butthole.
body. Yeah,
Your butthole was gone.
everybody
They
was
erased
just-
it.
They got the defibrillator on me.
You
and
had
stuff.
no nipples.
Yeah, everything was gone.
Yeah. Oh,
Movie
man.
ended. My soul came back into my body.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my God! Don't send me back there. Take me now.
Wake up in the middle of the night. Jellicle cats. Jellicle cats.
Rumpus cat. No.
No. Rum tum tugger.
Yeah. No.
Now there's a handsome cat.
Oh shit!
But sorry to cut you off. I loved Flow.
That was the perfect thing to
Definitely
cut
watch
me
it.
off with.
No, definitely recommend it. It's actually phenomenal.
And whoever made that movie, they had a cat, because there's a lot of cat behavior in this where I'm like, oh God, you did your homework, you beautiful
The
bastard.
lemur is probably one of my favorite characters.
Don't
too.
you say he's better than Flo? I swear to God.
I don't. No, I'm not
I'm
saying
just saying.
that. I'm just saying.
He's
It's
pulling
a
out. You
pretty
guys
cool
don't see him. He's
character.
pulling out a knife right now.
Yeah.
Rory,
put it away.
I always have a knife out. I'm always waiting for a disagreement. I start fights.
Waiting for his chance to scratch that name out permanently.
all the time. All the time.
Like,
I can verify.
it's true. He's got cuts under that sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you wear the hoodies. I got you.
Yeah, it's to
Because Rory's been cutting you systematically for years.
I want you to remember me.
Yeah.
I want you to remember what we disagreed about.
I see your arms. It's like Zaz from freaking
Yeah.
Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect reference.
That was a
Thank
great
you.
reference.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you watched Flow. You guys should watch Flow too. And then we'll all get back together and talk about Flow.
Yeah.
The whole episode.
Perfect for this podcast.
Yeah. We'll pick like a really important horror movie like Halloween and we won't talk about it. Like just be talking about Flow and then we're like, oh yeah, and I liked Halloween. Da, 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 da.
Oh my God.
So I saw some movies. I got around to seeing Companion.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I did. It's like Poor Man's Ex Machina. Did you ever see that movie?
How dare you?
I'm sorry. No. I don't mean that in a bad way. But it's like that same kind of idea in a sense. But I really liked it.
Yeah.
What's that girl's name that plays?
Sophie Thatcher.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's in Heretic. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show.
Oh yeah. Okay. But no, she's great in that, and then she's on the show Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, she that movie is really worth everyone's time. I know I said Poor Man's Ex Machina, but
I was like, how dare
I know.
you?
Ex
It's
Machina
so
is like
good.
a masterpiece, though. That really is just like a work of art. That movie. But there's I saw Companion and I was like really hooked into it. Beck and I may or may not have been actually sitting behind an actual AI. Because this lady, after the movie's over, she just stands up and she starts talking to us like we're BFFs. I should say she was talking at us. She gave us a whole lecture on AI, and we were just trying to shuffle out of the theater.
Okay, where did you see this movie though?
At Cinemark.
Oh, I was gonna say usually the crazy people are down at like Art House
Oh, really?
downtown. When it used to be
She must have got
Marquee.
lost. She got off on the wrong bus.
When it used to be Marquee, now that's where you would see the fun people of Scranton.
I need to go there.
Yeah, man. But Companion's really good. It's a really like fulfilling movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It looked really
It's
interesting.
funny. It's like a thriller, but I don't know. It has a lot of great subtext.
I like
Yeah.
that Quaid
in
boy.
there. I need to.
Jack
I'm
Quaid.
such
Jack
a huge
Quaid.
fan.
That Quaid boy.
Jack Quaid is so weird to me because like he's also in like Scream 5. I was about to say something that might ruin some stuff. I'm not going to say anything. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's a really, really good actor. So immediately after Companion, I went and saw Paddington in Peru. And I'm going to guess by all your faces right now that you didn't see it. No? Not one of you? Okay.
I've never seen any of the Paddington movies.
Ooh, so Paddington 2 is one of the greatest movies ever
That's what
made.
I've heard.
I love the Paddington movies. I think they should just make more Paddington movies. Just keep making them. That fucking
Paddington
franchise.
goes to space.
And they would do a great job with it. They'd
Yes.
send him into space and he'd teach the astronauts manners and stuff. And
How to make marmalade sandwiches.
yeah, it's adorable. But there's like a lot of really good like moral things in there that we as a society seem to be forgetting
I was gonna say
about.
we need a Paddington.
Yeah.
in
We
this
need a
house.
Paddington. We all need a hard stare. Because that's
Yeah.
what he does when you've forgotten your manners. So,
I like it.
yeah, man. I got some other ones for you. I'm going to cross these out. I saw Wanda.
Wanda.
Yeah, the movie you recommended to me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The blank stare. The Jerry O'Connell blank stare.
I was so pumped about it. Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was very like very much like a Cassavetes film.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that stripped down like 16 millimeter looking film. It's really worth watching, but again, should be classified under misery porn. It's so sad.
It really is.
The last
So
shot
sad.
you see of her, and you're just like, God damn it! But it was filmed in Scranton.
Oh,
Yeah.
You were telling me about this movie.
Yeah. It was neat because I'm like,
blew
at
my mind.
one point I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh, that's the Court Square house area.
Yeah.
I can talk like a human
Court
being. I
Square
swear.
House.
I'm getting there. I'm
Next
learning.
to the Columbo statue.
I'm the AI. I'm learning how to be a human being.
I was
as
gonna say,
we
did
speak.
she turn you into an AI?
She
that
did.
lady.
She's like the phalanx.
Yeah.
The fucking X-Men.
Oh yeah.
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 I'm
Good
assimilating.
That
reference.
was a nice
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of comic book stuff today. I'm jumping on Marnie's coattails. But no, Wanda's great. It's very depressing, like 1970, I believe.
Yeah, 1969 it was shot, but 78 came
Yeah,
out.
released in 70. It's in the Criterion Collection, so if anybody wants to check it out, it's great. And if you're from this area, it's really neat to see that we have not come that far.
If you're from this area and have
Stuck in
depression,
1970.
No, it actually like, blew my mind to see like Scranton 1969
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and how you could see like the bare bones of that parking garage being built where Comics on the Green is.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, whoa, this is so
Neato.
weird. Yeah, it's kind of awesome to just watch it if you live local, I guess.
Yeah.
But
You know, so-
the story itself is like actually really good.
It's
Yeah.
funny too because I was reading this thing about how originally it was supposed to take place in the South, like a real depressing location in the South. So
So they just picked a really depressing name.
yes, like budget constraints wouldn't allow for it, so they got Scranton.
Yeah.
Same difference.
And I saw that it was because also it's like 2 hours away from New York City.
Yeah.
For editing and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And
But it's just
credited
literally about
as,
like a woman. She's just kind of like wandering through life without like a real clear destination or just like knowing where the hell she's going, and you just
Yeah.
kind of see her like it's even like just that part where she like just goes into a movie theater to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this movie makes me want to just give someone a hug.
I know.
You know?
It's so sad.
But
I do love
EJ, you like the saddest things.
I do. I really do. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm such a happy-go-lucky
I know, I was gonna say
person,
you're
and I
so
love
energetic.
like sad stuff.
Like,
It's
read
'cause
the
I cut
story
you.
about these lovers dying together.
it's because of all the,
Hey, what's up, bro?
Check out this story. It's good.
it's all the physical abuse.
Yeah.
It's
It's all those cuts.
I watched
All the good shit.
Yeah.
that same night that I watched Wanda. I watched Glenn or Glinda.
Yeah.
Anybody? Any takers?
Yeah.
Ed
Ed
Wood?
Wood, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, that movie has a reputation for being a terrible movie, but I disagree.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of merit in Ed Wood movies.
I do
More
too.
on that down the road, America.
That's how I feel about The Room. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I love The Room, and it's not even unironically. Like, I really love that movie.
I feel like if anyone would, it would be you that would love the room more
I'm
than
with
anyone
them.
else.
I am with them 100%. You know why? Because there's like, think about it like this, like the Oscars just happened, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these incredibly well-made movies that come out every year, right?
Yeah.
And they get these wonderful performances, and then like 5 years later, nobody remembers them. There was a movie I saw once called The Danish Girl, and I struggle to remember that movie sometimes.
Oh, that was Eddie Redmayne,
It
right?
was, but if I didn't just bring it up, you would have
I
gone the
know.
rest of your
It's
life.
been a long time.
But people still talk about like Ed Wood movies and The Room, and they celebrate them. So
Yeah.
is that really a bad movie?
Exactly. That's
It
exactly how I
made
feel.
another movie, basically, just from that one movie.
Yeah, they made a really cool movie.
I remember that
In the
book,
vein
like,
of Ed Wood.
the Disaster Artist
Yeah.
book. I was like, dude, you have to read this. And I read it probably in like 2 days. And then you read it in like probably a day or two.
I pretended to read it. I don't know how to
yeah.
read. You know that.
But you're like, dude, that book was fucking great.
Yeah,
And
I heard.
Yeah. yeah. So, from what I heard.
Also, in the same night, I watched The Ice Princess
Aww.
with Becca.
I've
Rest
never
in
seen
peace,
it.
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh,
Yeah. Michelle Trachtenberg. We just lost her, and it bummed me out as a big Buffy fan.
You know what's weird is like you and Justin, literally the last episode, you guys were talking about Buffy and like Buffy coming
Yeah,
back.
because
and
I was going to say,
stuff.
they just announced the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna desecrate a grave," is
Yeah.
what they said when they announced it. We're going to dig up this old franchise and just make it so everyone's like, you know what, this doesn't feel like
Let's
they're
make the
honoring
fans
the material.
angry again.
Yeah, let's like completely get people on board who don't understand the material, and then when it sucks, blame the fans.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing they do in Hollywood now.
Joss Whedon's just wringing his hands.
Yeah. Hey,
do something.
I know he's not well liked, but that is very Joss Whedon.
It is. It's very Joss. Like it's hard to think of it not being part of the Whedonverse.
Yeah,
at
it's
this
like
point.
it's 100% his voice, and they're going to try to do some interpretation of that, and it's going to be awkward, So whatever, it'll come out. I'll
see.
watch it.
Oh, we should do a review of that.
Buffy,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I have a lot of feelings about Buffy.
Me too. I saw. Did you ever watch the Cronenberg movie Crash?
Oh.
Well, the people have like the sexual fetish of getting into car accidents.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Oh wait, okay.
Awesome.
I'm thinking of Crash with like that came out in like
Yeah,
2005.
I was gonna say the one that
Sandra
was like
Bullock.
yeah.
The sentimental
And Brendan-
hogwash movie that won Best Picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
not that
that
one.
made
I was
everyone
thinking that one.
angry. Yeah.
I was like, that was Cronenberg? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
There's no body horror in that.
Yeah. I was like,
there is in a sense,
Ryan
but
Phillippe?
but Crash is if you haven't seen it, it's worth your time. Explaining the plot in any other way than the way that I just did it is impossible.
It's Cronenberg.
I actually need to check that out.
I got all that money can buy, or The Devil and Daniel Webster.
Yeah.
Ever see that?
No.
guys?
Yeah.
Great.
It's amazing.
I'm not gonna stay.
It's
on
funny
it.
because I thought
great.
it was a different movie when you first told me the title.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That like one movie.
You mean Wanda?
what? Wanda?
This one's for EJ. I watched Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Oh,
Part of my
So
return
good.
to Jim Carreyville.
Ooh.
yeah. The rhino scene is like my favorite.
Greatest thing ever.
I hope
When
so.
he, like,
They're away. Oh my god!
Comes
yes.
out of the rhino. That's my
I watched
favorite
that movie
scene.
3,000 times as a child. I
Yeah.
loved that one more than the first one probably.
Yeah, me too.
I would make one alteration to the movie. I would say take the beginning and axe it completely because I don't like the raccoon thing.
Oh yeah, I
Fall
barely
into its
remember
death.
it. Yeah,
Something
yeah.
should have happened at the end where that raccoon shows up. He's like, "I'm okay, Jim." Something like
Okay,
that.
Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
he has,
something.
like crutches or something.
Yeah.
and a
Little
cat.
bandage
little
on his
mule
head.
Jim.
I've been searching for you for years to let you know that
With a
I'm
little
fine.
shotgun.
Yeah, but like they kill that
Now it's
raccoon.
your time.
It doesn't serve any function to the story. Last little thing I'll mention that I went and saw. I went and saw the Oscar shorts. It was all the live action short films and the cartoons.
Yeah.
And that's always a lot of fun to go to.
And what stood out? The ones that won, or
No,
because the one that you said that did not win, right?
no.
The one about like the
that one I
shed.
wanted to win that was like horribly
Depressing.
morbid and depressing did not win.
What's wrong with both of you?
We're both fucked up.
I love one of the most depressing movies of this year is Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It's like one of my
Yeah,
favorite
I heard the
movies.
description. I think what was it, the Cry Wolf episode where you guys were talking about
Yeah,
it?
I think it was. Yeah.
It sounds so depressing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You know what though?
It's so good.
You know, I was talking about the movie Crash with people having like that sexual fetish, getting into car accidents. That's him with that movie. He's real into Memoirs of a Snail.
Yeah. I'm like Stuntman Mike, but
Gotcha.
with snail. So, yeah. I would say that's pretty accurate.
I also, outside of movies, got in. I guess I got a little engaged.
Yeah, a little.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thought I'd bring that up on the air. Make
Wait,
this
what?
show about me.
When?
Make this whole thing about me
And it's
right
not
now.
EJ?
Wait, what? You didn't run that by me.
Oh, yeah, man. It was a thing.
We talked about with Robin and everything.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
God,
We
man.
knew this was going to happen someday.
I'm just disappointed it's now.
If you go on Facebook, EJ has like a dislike on your
does.
engagement thing.
He actually
Angry
made a
face.
bunch of accounts just to give me a
Just to
down.
burn your comments.
Yeah.
It's a thumbs down. No, I'm so happy for you guys. I love you guys.
I didn't believe you when you said that. That's
No,
the only
I
thing.
really
I'm
am.
so happy
Yeah,
for
he
you
said it through his
guys.
teeth. He's like, I'm so
really-
happy for you.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
No, but you guys been dating, and I always champion it, you know. And I remember.
But you told her to think about it.
It's like, Becca, make sure if you ask, think about it.
No,
real
this
hard.
is before, like when we
Think
first started
real
dating.
hard,
He
yeah.
pulled her to the side. He's like, "Are you sure? Are you
Are
sure?"
you sure this is the guy?
Him?
Yeah, he smells really bad.
No, I remember one time we were hanging out. It was like halfway to Halloween, and I dressed up as like a Gandalf. What was it? It was like Gandalf in the summer or something. I don't know.
Oh, that was Kevin. We went to that club to help him find a boyfriend.
Yeah. And then remember, it was like halfway to Halloween, so I dressed up as like a Gandalf on vacation.
You did that for no reason.
Yeah,
there was like there was no theme. No one asked him to do it. He bought a costume and he wanted to wear it.
I like it.
I'm really into costumes. Into costumes. But I remember driving, and you guys were sitting in the back, and you guys were talking about Star Wars.
Of course.
And
I see your running theme in your life, Rory.
I know.
And I remember driving and thinking, why aren't these guys dating? These guys are.
And what was weird is that EJ thinks out loud.
Yeah.
So he's like driving.
He takes this long pipe out of his mouth. Why are these
You want to hear
guys
something?
dating?
But the funny thing is, later that night we went to Poor Richards. We're doing karaoke.
Lovely.
I left. Those guys stayed till like 3 or 4 in the morning, right?
Wow.
And then that's when it kind
DJ Honeydew was dead asleep.
Yeah, he was just like,
I'm out.
He did his backflip for the night and it was done.
Yeah. We're in Becca were just like, let's dance here, right now.
Dance.
No. But I remember you telling me, like, the next day, you're like, yeah, I didn't leave till like 4 in the morning. I was hanging out with Becca pretty much all night.
Yeah.
And that was like when it kind of happened. Right?
Yeah, that was the night. It was on, ready? May the 4th. I'm not even kidding. That is a real thing.
If you don't have a Star Wars themed wedding, I'm going to be very upset.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm sure that, she'll just probably talk to me later, be like, I don't think this is working out. Just put the fucking
You're like
Chewbacca
in a
costume on.
full like Luke Skywalker cosplay with the
Hear me
eyes.
out.
Like, Rebecca, I'm serious about this.
I just want to be Palpatine.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of I do, you say do it.
I do it.
Do it.
No, it's cool because we
Say I do.
do it. I do it.
You cut the head off the officiant.
That's so good.
No, it was cool. We we were friends for 5 years, and then we've been dating for just about 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a very long time to know
2019.
somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel it though. It's one of those, cool.
We lost a couple years in between there.
Yeah, a lot of drinking.
Drinking.
Yeah. No, it's cool though, because that's.
Oh god.
No, it's cool. It's that thing you hope you get to do in your life, where you get to like marry your best friend,
Aw.
right? So that was the objective.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey man, I just want to say this. Sometimes
Too
people
late,
drop the ball. You just got to be around to pick it up.
Oh man.
You wait for her to
No,
mess up.
she's the best. I freaking love Becca.
Yeah.
She really is the best.
She doesn't think much of you though.
I know.
She's always like,
She reminds me all the time.
every time we're going somewhere, she's like, "Is EJ gonna be there?"
I really hope not.
their vows are just going to be about how much you hate EJ, both of you.
Yeah.
Like
And what brought
EJ.
us together is
Our hatred
of EJ.
in his friggin' Gandalf outfit.
And you start hearing people like the seats are all just the pews are like, "I'm glad someone said it."
Robin's just pumping
Me
her
too.
fist in the front row.
She's like, I get it.
You're right.
Fuck EJ.
It's like, guys, don't make this about me.
You're still in the Gandalf outfit for the wedding.
Guys,
He didn't even wear pants to the wedding.
That outfit was legit good. It was like, oh man,
Yeah, man, you're
whatever.
good. But yeah, we don't have to talk about me too much.
Yeah. No,
I brought it up though.
congratulations.
I want to draw attention to myself. I want to make this about me.
No, but congratulations.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you pumped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to plan that whole thing, and
I know.
thankfully
That's the most fun part.
it was fun. The only thing that happened though is I was like, oh, like, will you marry me? And she's like, oh God, no. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you, and then we'll jump into the.
Is it like Spider-Man 3?
Well, thank you, EJ.
I knew it. I
You're
knew
in
it.
my goddamn head. So, I'll tell you this, and we can jump into the actual recording. I realized for sure that I had made the right choice when we were driving home. A great decision, I should say. because she's like at some point were you thinking of doing like the Spider-Man 3 thing, like, oh, how'd that get in there? Like literally on the way there, I was like, wouldn't it be funny? And then I stopped myself and I'm like, no, don't make
do it for the
jokes.
bit. Don't do it for the bit.
Do a bit. That was the thing going through my head. I'm like, this is probably a very serious moment in your life. Don't turn it into a comedy bit. There's no audience.
Oh my god.
But I'm like, okay, so she got that. That's cool. She understood.
Beautiful.
Was
Anyway.
she disappointed you didn't do it? Was she
Yeah,
like, oh man, I wish you did that instead?
She was just like just looking around real uncomfortable. She's like, oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This thing again?
You know, they say one day you're gonna meet your Prince Charming. I'll settle for whatever you are. That's what she said to me. It was cold.
I like her. I like the cut of her jib.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to live my life.
Yeah. This is crazy.
All these people have like happy relationships, and I just go home, and she's like, "It's like, why are you
Punches
like,
you in the face.
No,
immediately.
she'll look at me and she's like, "Are you ever tired of being a failure?" And I'm like, I guess sometimes.
I actually feel very awake right now. But let's get into Scream 2. So,
Oh, is that what we're talking about today?
yeah,
I thought we were talking about me.
I think this is probably one of the best sequels to a horror film ever.
I would say so.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Quality.
Definitely the best Scream sequel.
Yes.
Right?
For
sure.
I think so.
100%.
Yeah. So, this film opens at the legendary Rialto Theater. And that
Hey, wait,
was
before we
famous-
jump into this,
Yeah.
who wrote this movie, EJ?
Kevin Williamson,
And who directed it?
Wes Craven.
The legend, Wes
le-
Craven.
The legend, Wes Craven.
Our father.
Our
Yeah.
father,
Who
Daddy
are in
Wes.
heaven now.
Daddy Wes.
Daddy.
I'll say this, Wes Craven. I don't think people understood like how much more he was probably capable of.
Oh my god, so much.
know.
I like.
Yes.
He did My Soul to Take. Not too long before he passed away, and
Yeah.
I liked that movie too. Like he still had solid stuff that he was doing.
See, I know he didn't want to just be like a horror filmmaker.
Yeah.
I know he wanted, like, I know he did. They let him do that Music of the Heart movie, which he really wanted to make a movie like that, and that's a really good movie, and he did a great job with it. But he was just like such a thoughtful director, and there's like so much like thought and detail in all of his horror movies.
Yeah.
Like if you ever just want to kill some time and just listen to just like a very brilliant person articulate horror, just watch like go on YouTube and just look up like Wes Craven interviews.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to me how he defined each decade since the 70s.
80s,
And he defined
90s,
them
yeah.
like he had his like those brutal movies that he would do in the 70s. And then those
like Last House on the Left.
oh my god,
and Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes is difficult to watch sometimes, and so is Last House on the Left, absolutely.
Yeah.
Weird that he started off his career with comedies.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
They're so funny.
They're so hard to watch because they're so funny.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. I'm crying laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
When that whole family just dies in the desert.
Yeah. Oh my god, what a
Hey,
ride.
but a family that dies
Hilarious.
together, that's a good family.
The best part of that movie is the dog just fucking killing everyone at the
Yeah.
end. I'm like, you go beast.
You know that dog in Hills Have Eyes Part 2 has there's actually a flashback. It's I think the only movie I've ever seen where a dog has a flashback.
He has PTSD.
Yeah, he's just like, I remember these fuckers.
I remember these guys.
Oh, I don't forget that shit, motherfucker.
Oh, that motherfucker over there.
That was a rough night. But yeah,
No, but as you were saying, every
Yeah, and he
decade
defined the slasher with Freddy, who is like, even though I'm a Halloween hardcore lover, Freddie Mercury. Freddy Krueger.
he did create Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger is just like one of the best slashers
Yeah.
on the planet.
Arguably the face, in a lot of ways, like kind of like the
yeah.
face of horror.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of horror.
Yeah.
Right, Freddy?
Because because I'm also like I'm a Halloween guy for sure, but like Michael Myers, Jason, Leatherface, like they're even like Scream. There's like people for the most part like in masks, but like Freddy is all personality and style.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And even like the way like he kind of has that like gunslinger stance.
Yes, yeah.
But I loved even like the way like Wes Craven would talk about like just like the basic design of Freddy, like the sweater being like red and green. Do you know why he chose those colors?
Because they're the hardest to like see, like put together in
so
real
it's
life.
like you look at them and it's automatically fucking with you.
Yep. Yeah.
And you're like, all right. And then like the glove, it's just kind of like he's like, well, these killers, you know, they have like kitchen knives and machetes, and he's like, I went back to the earliest civilizations of man and their fear of like the bear with the claw and how the claw can extend and pull you in if you're
cool.
like, yeah,
he
like,
goes primal with it.
does.
Like he really does.
And like, yeah, I just want to give a little shout out to Wes Craven because again, just these movies, I think personally have not worked correctly since he passed away.
You could definitely see his touch is not very present in 5 or 6.
No.
Yeah.
There's an energy
very
missing.
tone shift. Yeah.
And like a joy, you know.
Yeah.
And like he definitely has to have had some sort of say in like the way the actors are directed, because like there's an interesting thing in this movie whenever they show Stab. The characters in Stab are acting like they're in a bad movie, and then there's a very big difference to how the performances are in like for the actual movies Scream 2, right? It's actually like they're like really good actors and they're delivering this really fun and like energetic dialogue.
Oh yeah.
So you're like, that guy was able to make people act kind of bad and then like really well. So I don't know. He doesn't get enough credit.
His movies flow that way too, where it's like kind of funny but also very serious at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like Scream was always like a good mixture of comedy and horror. And
it never went farcical. Like
Nightmare
gets very farcical towards the end.
Like Freddy flying on the broom.
The freaking pizza, the pepperoni people.
Rick, you little meatball. So awesome.
So good. Freaking love Nightmare Part 4.
Yeah, Dream Master.
Yeah, talking about Nightmare 4, it has a connection to Scream 2.
Look at you getting back into the plot like a good host.
Do you know that the theater that they're going to, the exterior, the Rialto, is actually the same theater Alice has that dream of?
I did not. That's interesting.
And she goes into the theater. That's the Rialto theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, I always think movie theaters all look alike, but I think they were all just the Rialto that people shot in front of over and over again.
Isn't that in La La Land also?
So it's also in La La
so many
Land
movies.
and The Player, the bicycle thief when he goes to see that. Yeah. And also the Thriller music video, The Interior.
Yes. Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. So the movie starts there with Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps, and they're playing Phil and Maureen, and they're attending a sneak preview of Stab 2, and on their way in...
Wait, just real quick observation.
Yeah.
He said their ticket cost $7.50.
Yeah, and they got a free costume with that.
Their,
Who has this budget?
Fun fact about the girl who gave them the costume. She actually, I guess MTV ran like a contest, like win a role in Scream 2, and she won the role to
good
give
for
them,
her.
be like, they're Stab souvenirs. The studio sent them.
And she got to deal with Jada Pinkett for a day. Lucky her.
How great.
Yeah. No, I read that, and I was like, that's so cool. I was like, I
really
wish I
cool.
knew about
Could
that
you imagine,
contest.
like,
I would
that'd be
lose
so
my
awesome.
mind.
I would be so happy.
Especially
die.
that scene
I'm in Scream 2.
is just
Nev
so...
Campbell, Courtney
Yes.
Cox. No, Jada
No,
Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett. and pre-house Omar Epps, so no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
Do you know what's like really funny? Being a Halloween buff. So after Halloween Resurrection, they did run a contest where this girl at a convention like won a chance to be in the next Halloween movie.
Oh, God.
And then they didn't give it to her.
No.
Because Rob Zombie's
Sounds
like,
about
I don't
right.
want to put her in my fucking movie.
Yeah.
Stop.
Rob Zombie's like, I gotta get my wife in there somehow. What are you talking about? She has to be naked for all of this movie.
Contest winner. I got Sherry Moon over here.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't say like what you were gonna do in the movie, so I need a coffee.
I need a coffee.
I need a coffee. But
You're my new PA.
yeah, I love Jada and Omar Epps in
They
this.
do a great job. Jada's
Yeah.
really funny. She's got a lot of funny lines.
She's so...
Yeah.
I like...
I love how like when they walk into the theater, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And like everyone's wild, and like they're being so loud, and then like she has that line where she's like, "Bitch, hang the phone up and star 69 his ass," and people like look at her like. Meanwhile, everyone's like
They're
running
like,
up and
I
down
was
the
gonna say
aisles
they're
like
trying
crazy.
to kill each other. Like,
Yeah.
they go nuts.
And
Yeah.
then she says
Don't
one
they
thing,
shush her?
Yeah,
And everyone's
like,
just screaming in the theater.
and
Yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, it's so funny."
Hey, to be fair, that's hardly the worst thing that she's ever done in a theater.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, topical.
What? What?
All right.
What?
All right.
So, but inside the theater, it's chaotic. Everybody is running around in ghost face costumes. With
I wish
fake
this would happen
knives.
now.
I know.
Like, it
well,
looks
if
like
you go
so
to a
much
room
fun.
screening, I would say that's like the closest thing.
My
to this,
my
right?
my note says, remember when movie theaters were fun?
Yeah.
I remember going to see Disturbia in like 2006,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
9. I don't
sure.
remember. But there was like a crowd of people behind me just commenting the whole time. It was the best movie I've ever seen. Like, bitch, why are you doing such stupid shit? Like, yes, these are my people.
I would say, well, Rocky Horror has like that vibe.
Oh,
right?
yeah, it has that culture.
But I would say like The Room when
That was a lot of fun.
it was
That has to be a lot of
amazing. Like people are
We went to
throwing
like New York
spoons.
City, and they were like, it was
Oh
a
my
whole
God.
experience.
People are yelling at the screen the whole time.
I remember at one point everyone like in the back ran out of spoons, and they were
Yeah.
all bummed out. So I would
And
like
so
I
we-
ran up to
Yeah,
the
we were
front
sitting
and
right in the
started
front.
throwing
And we're just, like,
spoons.
Throwing
throwing
them
them
back,
back.
so they get the...
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks, man. I like to participate.
We literally would just like grab them and throw them back
Yeah.
like this. It was amazing.
I also I just remember like not even all that long ago. I guess it'd be like 20 years now. But like you'd go to a movie theater and people would be like dressed up.
yeah.
And the characters and stuff, and now they're just like, we would rather you not come in here dressed like a
Yeah.
Wookiee.
Please
Oh,
don't.
oh my
dress
god,
up
they
at
would
all.
not be able to do any of this
No.
now. Like I went
No.
to see Civil War, Captain America: Civil War forever ago, and I had makeup on because it was like comic book day, so we got our faces painted.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you have to take that off before you come in here. So I had to go wash my face in the bathroom before I went to see Civil War.
And we're gonna have to charge you for the water and soap.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Jeez.
One quick note: I like that this movie was filmed in Stabo-Vision.
Yeah.
And I love the crowd reaction, like when the guy pulls the card
yeah.
out, and everyone goes, "Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah." And I like
they're all having fun.
I
Just
like
a
that
black light.
flying ghost face.
Oh yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has one use.
Why?
Like, just
Yeah, like-
And they have so many ushers. Like that's not a real movie theater
no,
at all.
There's like ushers all over. I wonder if that the Ghostface thing. William Castle was famous in
Yeah.
the 50s
Yeah.
for like having like props. Like I wonder if that was like a
Skeletons,
reference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your
He'd have the seats, like the seats,
The
the
shocks,
electrocuted
yeah.
moving.
yeah.
I like also you hear in the movie Stab red
Yeah.
right hand. Red right
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, yeah.
So the song
As
is
they
sort of
enter,
like
yeah.
diegetic and not diegetic
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the universe. It's weird. That song is like in the movie and out of the movie, and it's part
Does
of the
Nick
soundtrack.
Cave exist in this universe?
It's a real mind fuck. Have this joint.
Yeah.
Watch this in Stabo-Vision.
Yo, Stabo-Vision. Fucking awesome.
So Maureen and Phil, Jada and Omar, they take their seats, and the stab film begins, recapping the murder of Casey in the first movie.
Played by Heather Graham.
Played by
Graham.
Heather Graham.
Baby
I
Heather
love her
Graham.
like dead eyes.
She had
just
a
everything.
bob too.
She did.
She had
They
a
were all
bob,
going
too,
for the
yeah.
bob. Yeah, they were all having a bob off
so
in
many
this
bobs.
movie.
Bob off.
There's a lot of bobs on this.
But her line reads were like, "I don't know you, but I dislike you already." It was so funny.
She was so serious. I honestly
She
liked her
was.
acting in
I
it.
did. It was
more than
funny.
anything she's ever been in. Just that part, she did really good.
about
As
Boogie
Stab
Nights?
Casey.
She killed it as
Oh,
fake.
yeah.
Oh,
It
I
rocks.
forgot she's in Boogie Nights.
But this all the like stab scenes are directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is kind of
Really?
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
And I like how
think
they
that's
have
cool.
her in the shower too. Like she's like, and you hear the guy like, "Yeah, take your top off."
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
The shower thing's been done. Vertigo, hello. Like,
Which that line always confuses me because you're talking about Scream 3, right?
Right.
Sarah Darling says that.
Sarah
right?
Darling.
So like that's not right. Vertigo
No,
doesn't have a
it's-
shower.
she's a dummy.
I think she's thinking about Psycho.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's a
yeah.
joke. She's
Vertigo.
dumb.
Is that
Yeah.
a joke or was
She's
that just
stupid.
or is that like when Randy misquotes aliens in this
I
movie?
think it was supposed to be a
Oh.
joke because
I
like
think it's a joke.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
thing about that
But,
too, where they
yeah.
did a shot where because oh my god, it's Joshua Jackson that's actually
Yeah.
playing the dude talking about it,
Right.
and he said the line wrong.
Yeah.
And Jamie Foxx Jamie Foxx.
He said it
Jesus
correctly.
Christ.
And he corrected
Jamie
Oscar winner Jamie Foxx is in this?
Jamie
actually
Foxx.
said it the right way.
Yeah.
Said it the wrong way to go with just that scene, and they never retook it because Wes Craven was smoking a cigarette, probably.
Yeah,
or
he's just like,
something,
Jamie, I
other
trust
than
you.
directing the movie.
I trust you, Jamie.
It's like, I'll put all my feelings.
Hey, also for all you people out there, Star 69 used to be a real thing.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a
This
dirty
is
joke they
such
were
a
making in the
90s
movie.
Capsule. I love
This
these
movie
movies.
oozes like late
It's
90s.
so nostalgic. Yeah.
It's so good. So as they're watching the movie, Phil decides to run to the bathroom, and Maureen goes to get some popcorn, and the director of cinematography is the guy who gives her popcorn.
Sure.
I like how she
Which
says
is cool.
a small popcorn, small Pepsi, and they're huge. Those 90s portions.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
They're
god.
like
It was
extra
like-
large in both. That's
No
a small
salt.
in the 90s.
Yes,
Yeah.
portions.
They probably spent
Yeah.
less than $20 to go out that night, and I'm
I know,
so mad.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know. Let's go back to
Seriously.
97.
Today they're gonna we're gonna need you to fill out some
Yeah,
loans.
we're gonna need your firstborn
Yeah.
to give you both this $50 costume.
If you don't pay off this popcorn in 2 years, we got a 2-year plan.
There's a Sally Mae.
You get a Pell Grant for that.
Got a grant to buy popcorn.
Phil runs to the bathroom, and in the stall he hears Billy from Black Christmas making some note.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not really, but he
kinda
makes
like
the
yeah,
noises.
noises
Is this like
it's
Billy?
like,
I'm trying to.
Billy,
Was that
yeah.
Timothy Oliphant doing those noises?
I would imagine it's him because he's like, Mother, yeah.
That's because it doesn't sound like Laurie Metcalf, so I was trying to figure out. And
Yeah, it's like,
Timothy
Mommy,
Oliphant.
It's sort of like a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like of like Black Christmas, and then I'm also thinking it's like a Friday the 13th thing because it actually sets
Yes.
up
Yeah.
something.
Right.
There's like 3
Love that.
or,
movie.
2 different references to Mrs. Voorhees.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this is like a setup-y
They
thing.
really lay out the foreshadowing in the cafe scene between Randy and
With
Jamie.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
Yeah,
Mrs.
with
Voorhees is a terrific serial
Jamie
killer.
Foxx and David Duchovny.
Yeah.
David
Yeah,
Duchovny.
So as he's trying to listen in
Oh my
to the
gosh.
thing, he gets stabbed in the head through the wall.
Through the thinnest wall of
And then
any
he's
yeah, and
any
he's like-
You
bathroom
knew like
ever.
the exact spot to go.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And then
costume gives you
his
superpowers.
line was weird because he's like, keep your knife out of my fucking mouth.
Definitely happened.
I also had other jokes about
Will Smith and Jada.
I got jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith. I got a lot of them.
It's Chris
Okay.
Rock that's actually
Perfect.
stabbing her. It's not Mickey.
Hey, for the record, I really like Jada Pinkett Smith as an actress.
Yeah,
But
so
as a
good.
person, it's kind of
So Will Smith, don't come to my house. This is all fun.
Rory, we're never going to be invited onto like the red round table that she does.
I know. She's not going to tell me embarrassing things about
But her husband, yeah. He's not going to emasculate Will
Yeah.
Smith in front of me.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, let me tell Will, come in here. I'm going to tell you about the time I cheated on you. He's like, okay, Jada.
All right. Can't wait. I'm gonna grab some popcorn.
Remember when I was on Fresh Prince?
Remember I was the #1 drawing box office superstar?
Oh my god.
No. Let's talk about me cheating on you. For
Were they together? Like, were they dating at this point? Because she was just Jada Pinkett in the movie, I think.
Yeah, you know what?
Because he 1,000% would have been Omar Epps' character if they were actually together.
That'd
They're
have
like
been fun.
They're like a Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively thing where they both have to be involved in anything they fucking do now.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what? I think they were together at this time because I remember him and her being together at the Men in Black premiere.
Oh yeah, and
and
that was
stuff.
around the
So-
same time. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it would have been, they would have been
The
together.
90s.
I'm glad though that they got
Playing it out.
Omar Epps is his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I love Omar.
They have
Epps.
good chemistry too. For
Yeah,
like the short
they're
screen
really,
time
really
they
good
have.
together.
They're
You know what
fun.
movie's awesome with Omar Epps is Higher Learning.
Oh.
I love the O though. But Higher Learning. Did you ever see that?
Is Christopher Swanson in that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
And it's Michael Rappaport is in it.
Okay.
And, I mean,
Yeah.
a bunch of people actually. It's really, really good though. But back to the movie. So he gets stabbed. Meanwhile, Maureen is in the movie and she's enjoying it. And when Phil returns, he like sits down next to her, but it really isn't Phil. It's just Ghostface in a leather jacket, like Phil's
His
leather
jacket, yeah.
I kind of wish we got more of that because that's the only time I think in the franchise where Ghostface is wearing someone's clothes. I think that's
Yeah.
such a cool, creepy thing that we never really get again.
That's
That's
what
what's
was so
great
scary.
about this scene.
Yeah.
Because like as far as even just like following up that awesome scene from the original, like the
Yeah.
opening,
Yeah.
this one I think is terrific.
This
Like
might be the best, one of the best openings,
Yeah.
for sure.
The idea
really
that like
Casey and him, or like Casey and that one are totally
Oh yeah,
like,
they're the two
head to
best
head.
openings for sure.
the fact that the entire theater is
Yeah.
filled with people wearing that costume
Yes, it's
gives this
so
level of suspense because you're like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
And then he puts on a coat and you're like, there he is.
Yeah.
Keep the coat off. But anyway, it's
No,
it's a
and
great concept.
And I think too, because like the opening of the original, it was so well done and it's so iconic. I mean, when people think of Scream, they think of the Drew Barrymore scene, and like there's no way you could follow that up. So they're like, how could we be different? And they did a completely different thing. And like in that opening, Casey Becker is completely alone, and here Maureen is completely surrounded by people, and they're both screwed. Like they both, you know.
So it's
just
not
completely
safe
different.
either way.
And it's like fun how like Kevin Williamson was referencing, like he referenced When a Stranger Calls in the opening of the original, and then this one he's kind of referencing that movie, that slasher He Knows You're Alone, from 1980 with Tom Hanks. It was Tom Hanks' first movie. There was a scene where a girl got killed in a movie theater in that one, and he was kind of referencing that. So like he was just full of like references, which is fun.
Yeah.
He loves the genre, and you can just kind of feel it.
You can tell like both like Wes and him just absolutely adore this genre and like to give homages.
Yeah, and they're not like annoying, like
not like nostalgia bait. They're not like the newer ones can get very nostalgia baity and just
or just movies in general.
Do you remember this movie? Like no,
the remember this.
You remember this one? Yeah, get out of my gaze.
There's like a real elegance to how they handle all their callbacks and references and stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like that was like a Black Christmas reference.
Oh yeah,
maybe I don't know, like in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, it's like I would say it's like that in
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
sure.
you can definitely see that.
But yeah, so as Phil sits down, Ghostface Phil, he ends up stabbing Maureen because she sees like blood on her hands after touching him.
I didn't know this, but apparently that's like a normal reaction to Jada Pinkett Smith when people see her. I didn't know this.
I have
Will Smith,
one thing
please.
Hollywood, that just happens all the time.
That's a joke, Will Smith.
One thing I do have to say is that
Will, hear me out. It's a joke.
I
do think it's cute how like because Maureen does not want to see this movie. She like is like, we have to go. I want to go see Sandra Bullock, and then she does not want to go see the movie. And then they go, and she's not having a great time. And then he says we can go see the movie. She's like, no, it's okay, we'll stay. I feel like she's trying to get into it for him because he comes back. She's like, I think you got back in time. He's about to get it, or she's about to get it. Like you could see her trying to like get into it.
Want some popcorn?
Like, yeah, I think it's cute. Like she's trying to like get into it because she knows he wants to be there. So I think that's sweet. How like it kind of shows her like trying to like get into it for her boyfriend. I think that was cute.
Because she sees like she disappoints him. Do you remember, like, because, like, I think before they go into the theater, she's just kind of, like, really railing on it, and he's like, fine, whatever. And she's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
You kind of see that she's trying to not make this a miserable experience.
And then she's, like, saying the whole thing, like, if that was me, I'd be out of there. It's like, no, Jada, you should be out of there now.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool, too, how it's, like, you have what's going on screen and what's going on. It makes it even more all meta, because it's, like, happening on the screen with the characters watching, and then we're watching the character in the movie, like, it's so cool, like how it's like done.
Yeah.
I agree, Justin.
Yeah, me too.
Great
I love
point,
that.
Justin.
Great
Thanks,
point.
you know.
Point, man.
You're getting a cookie after this.
Yay.
So we
let him out.
So we see Jada get stabbed like several times by the killer, and everyone in the crowd is like cheering it on.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of one of the funniest moments in Scary Movie.
Yes. Oh my God. I get those.
When the audience members start taking the knife.
Big Mama's house. That's so funny.
We just all clap when she dies.
But she's like, oh my God, Brenda, we just gotta reference her because she's like eating the food, and she's like,
don't go in there. Oh, there's some scary shit.
Oh my God, that's such a funny.
That's
that's such a funny scene. Oh my God, I hope when they do Scary Movie 6, Anna Faris and Regina Hall both come back. They both need to.
They need to.
Yeah, me too. I freaking love
they
that.
They define those
they
movies
do, like,
so much.
Them.
Even the
like,
third one is just so fucking funny with her beating up the ring
Samara,
chick. Yeah.
She's like,
I love when the
ugly
kids.
bitch. That's so funny.
One of the kids in the classroom like throws crayons.
Yeah,
She's like, who the fuck threw that?
Who the fuck did that? That was great. She's so funny.
She's so good.
But Jada Pinkett, I do know, I watched an interview where she said she told Wes that she wanted her death to look as painful as possible. And he's like, we could do that. I do think she sells it really well.
She
like
does.
It
She
seems
looks
very
agonized.
like agonized.
Yeah.
And like
And,
the
like,
thought like this
confused
could be
and
her
scared.
boyfriend like killing her.
Oh,
so
yeah, I
it
didn't
makes
think
the
of that.
whole
She
thing
thinks it's
even more
him.
like horrifying for her to like, what is this, my boyfriend? Is this not him? Like what is happening? So the whole thing and the fact that she dies and there's all these people around and nobody's
Amazing
helping
death
her.
face too.
Yeah, like she really
She
she
just
sells
dies.
it because
Yeah.
everyone praises Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is fantastic in the opening, but I feel like not a lot of people. I know Jada Pinkett's a mess in real life, but
She's
she
a very good actress.
She does an amazing job
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
scene.
You
Like
know,
she really sells it.
It's just kind of interesting because, you know, she's in the theater and she just has to make the whole night about her. Classic Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith,
Jada.
don't come after me. I'll go down
Rory's
easy.
address is.
Yeah, please. Will, you and I could be
His
friends.
phone number is.
I'm going to say that I like your movies. I think you're a charming actor.
Yes.
So we're friends. But go on.
But yeah, we see where she dies. Maureen dies, and that's when the crowd is like, "Wait, is this real? Like, is she really dying?"
Can I take her stab costume?
Yeah. Dibs on the costume.
I want that popcorn with no salt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the popcorn, no butter, no salt.
I mean, this costs a lot of money.
Yeah, to redo all of this, ma'am, and it won't take 2 minutes.
Oh man.
Just run over and start picking up clean.
Yeah. Can we
Go over
still
Loot
watch
Body.
the movie?
We're still gonna watch the movie, right? Yeah.
Can we still play the movie?
After you guys get her body out of here,
Yeah.
can we finish this?
I don't know if it's like a Mandela effect or I was just thinking of Scary Movie, but I always thought they cheered after she died.
Well,
And I think that might have been a Scary Movie.
Yeah.
That was the cast. Will
was
Smith,
Will
please
in the
don't come after me.
And the crew.
Just like, jeez. She was actually supposed to live in that scene, and the cast and the crew got together like, Wes, hear us out. This is going to be very cathartic for us.
We're all just going to cheer.
She's just been a robot since then.
Yeah.
Jada robot.
Yeah, it's like, what?
I Robot, but go on.
So we get the title sequence, and then, of course, we cut over to Sydney's dorm room, and she gets a prank phone call. But
I like
quickly,
that 90s song that's playing. It's like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, the Eels.
Either ska or butt rock. That's it. That's all you get.
It's the Eels.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there's
awesome.
the eels?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I like the
I like
soundtrack.
these.
It puts
Yeah.
you right into the time
It's
period.
one of my
Oh.
favorite
Yeah.
horror soundtracks.
You remember we used to drive around listening to the Everybody Scream!
Scream! I hear him coming. I hear him coming. I hear him coming. It's Master P.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, Master P.
But I love the soundtrack. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, it's the Eels. And we cut to Sid, and she gets a prank phone call. And quickly ends because she uses caller ID. And
Newsflash,
do you remember
Corey.
caller ID? Do you
Yeah.
remember caller ID?
Caller ID,
Yeah,
I do
caller
remember that.
ID.
A whole machine just for caller ID.
It fucked up my childhood a little bit because we were
me
getting
too.
away with calling people out of a paper shop for the longest time.
Dude,
Pranking them
it ruined my
mercilessly.
life.
Yeah.
I literally wrote that.
Yeah.
It ruined my life.
Yeah, because we used to be able to just prank people at like 3 in the
Yeah.
morning just fine. Now people are like, oh, well, I got your name here. I'm calling the cops. I'm
Now
like,
no
you
one
have every
answers
right
their
to.
phone, whether they
That's
need
like-
to.
I think I told this story before. Adam and I were making prank phone calls at his house, and he only lived with his dad, right? This is important because it's part of the story. So me, him, and Stink were like making prank phone calls, and Stink was pretending to be a guy interested in an apartment, right? So he calls, he's like, can you tell me about your 2-bedroom apartment? He's like, oh, yeah. So the guy's like going on, and then I come in, and I pretend I'm like the son, and I'm like, Daddy, who's on the phone? Who's calling? And he's like, oh, can you hang on for a second? Shut the fuck up.
Hear what just slapping noises.
and then he goes, oh, so go ahead. What were you saying about the washer and dryer? And the guy's like, is everything okay? Right? And then he's like, yeah. Just tell me about the washer and dryer stuff. And so he's like talking. And then I come in again. And I'm like, Daddy, who's on the phone? Who's calling? Right? And he's like, hang on 1 second. And then we like do the thing where we're slapping, right? And he's like, you shut the fuck up. I'm on the fucking phone. Right? And we hang up because we're like starting to laugh. Well, no, the guy hung up. And we started laughing. We're like, oh, that was good. We actually forgot to block our number.
Oh, no.
And so Stink and I went back to my place, right? And Adam was still home with his dad. The cops show up. And the cops like knock on his door. They're like, do, right? And his dad answers. And they're like, who's here with you right now? He's all going, it's just me and my son.
Oh, no.
And Adam's like at the top of the stairs. He overhears all
Daddy,
of this.
who's at the door?
Oh no! But yeah, Adam's like, I don't think we can prank phone call from my house anymore. I was like, no, it's cool. I understand.
I was kind of hoping that story ended with you getting put in foster care.
They
Like
called
I said,
CPS.
it ruined my life.
Gotcha.
And the Jerky Boys, I'm sure they were like pretty upset after.
But then we all got wise to how you could block it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like star 67. Yeah.
Maybe throughout the future Frequels episodes, we'll get into a lot of our old prank phone calls. I got a lot.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we cut to Sydney's dorm, right? And that's where we also meet Haley, her roommate. And Holly. Holly. And as she gets ready, she catches a TV interview of Cotton Weary on Current Edition with Kevin Williamson, the writer of the film.
Yep.
And we find out, he's out of jail and he's hoping, to restart his life, but he also, you could tell, kind of loves the attention of the press and stuff. And Sid catches it really quick, and then she's like, ugh, right? And then Holly and her, like, they...
Hallie.
Right? Did I say that?
Like Halle Berry.
Hallie, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying it wrong? Oh my god.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. So anyways, they started talking about, college life and stuff a little bit. And that's when a news report comes on that Maureen and Phil were murdered at the stab opening. And that's when she leaves. And as she goes out the door of her dorm, you just see all this press, like, start to hound her.
Did you think it was weird on the news when it says community mourns Phil? No one cares about Maureen.
Yeah, just like had Maureen, but it's like crossed out.
Community mourns Phil, celebrates Maureen's death.
There'll be a parade at 4:00 this afternoon for Maureen's death.
Will Smith, I would like to just once again remind you, this is all just for fun.
Put a spoiler that says Will Smith cannot watch this.
Yeah, this isn't for you, Will.
Yeah, Will Smith, please don't listen to this episode.
What if he just comes to the wall right now? Wait, man.
Smacks my wife's And shortly after, the news is announced and stuff, we cut over to Randy's film theory class.
Yeah, let's just get into this.
Sucking their dicks.
Let's just get into this for a second. This had me filled with so much hope when I was in high school. I thought this is what I was walking into when I went to film school. I thought it was just going to be this. And I was so excited. I'm like, I know all this shit. I could talk about it. I can just talk about movies all day. And then I went to actual film school, and you know what it is? It's a bunch of people talking shit on each other.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Yeah. They're mean.
Yeah, man. Because I don't like that kind of stuff. Because I would say we're very supportive of our friends and when they have artistic endeavors. You go to film school. Yeah, I know. Actually, once I have a whole podcast where I just shit talk all your stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's
sort of being in this
yeah.
movie, I was just like, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. And then you get to actual film school, and I learned something. If you ever want to have a conversation about film that's not fun, talk about film with a film student. I got a lot of hot takes, a lot of contrarians.
I know. In this class,
they got a lot of fun people.
And everybody is having fun. We have Joshua Jackson in the class.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, the great Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle, that is so moral majority.
Yeah, it is.
Mickey, Timothy Oliphant.
And Buffy started that year.
Awesome.
Yeah, Timothy was a good year for her.
Oh, I love Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah,
he's got the same birthday as me. And
Justin.
Justin.
We're birthday triplets.
Wait, are you talking about the freaky Tarantino film student?
Yes.
Okay. Daddy Timothy.
Daddy Timothy.
Johnny Timothy. But no, he's in the class. Joshua Jackson from Dawson's Creek. And
Randy's got a little fucking whatever
he's
that little beard is.
He's looking even more leprechaun than ever.
Goatee.
Yeah, and he's starting to dress like Kramer from Seinfeld.
The show was #1 at that point, all right? So, I don't blame him, okay? You see me starting to dress like Wally from School Spirits, you'll understand. No, but we see in this class, they're discussing sequels being inferior to the originals, and Mickey is really trying to make a case for sequels being better than originals sometimes.
Or that they're not just like they have a bad rep.
Right, they have a bad rep, and he's like, hey, listen, there's aliens, and they're like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Misquote from Randy, which is hilarious. But then you have Terminator
Ridley
2.
Scott rules. I say that all the time.
Yeah, Ridley Scott rules.
Yeah.
I love that. Mickey has a line later on that I probably quote the most.
What is it?
The Ewoks. Yeah, they blow.
Ewoks, if you're listening right now, we're just joking.
Ewok Will Smith.
Just chicken.
Ewok Will Smith. Keep my bear's name.
Keep that indoor finger out of my mouth.
What? Keep that indoor finger out of my fucking mouth. Yop, yop. George Lucas, please don't sue us.
Yeah. So then they talk also. They finally settle that The Godfather 2 is probably a
The Oscar-worthy exception.
Yeah. Which I agree, right?
Yeah, because The Dark Knight hadn't come out yet.
Right. No, there's been a lot of sequels
There's
since
a lot
now
I agree.
that have been really, really good. Or better than the first. I think like...
Annabelle 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally,
Well, I
though.
mean, that's like a...
Well,
that's a
prequel,
bad situation.
Smile 2.
Smile
Smile
2.
2.
Oh, I didn't see
really
Smile
good.
2 yet.
Yeah. I like Smile 2 more.
Hey, you know what's a real good sequel? I don't know if it's necessarily surpasses the original, but Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, yeah.
That movie fucking rocks.
It's
That's
really
a good one.
Yeah. Anchorman 2?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like Anchorman too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Is it
The
better?
RV scene,
Yeah.
when it wrecks out and there's like scorpions stinging them in the face and stuff, that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm trying to think. What other sequels are better? 22 Jump Street over 21 Jump Street?
You're
I don't
picking
know.
some winners.
Yeah.
Twilight New Moon.
I don't know.
Said no one.
That's my least favorite.
Good
Why? Because she
God.
just sits in a chair for 6 months? What's
Yes.
wrong with that? That's what I do
has a whole
every day of my
montage.
life.
I think as far as like modern sequels go, like I would just say like The Dark Knight's probably my favorite of
Yeah.
modern sequels.
Yeah.
I can't think of one that really trumps that one for me.
Spider-Man 2?
Oh my god, that's such a good
Oh,
movie.
yeah, you're
That's a
right.
good yeah. Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi one.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier for
Yeah,
Captain America
yeah.
movies.
Ooh, true.
But that's not really like a
Yeah,
This
that's-
when it gets
That's
muddy.
the, yeah, because
Because
the
it's
universe.
a giant universe, not
Yeah.
necessarily like sequels. It's
That's
part of
true.
like a planned out
Yeah.
mess now.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back. So that's when Sid shows up and tells Randy to, make sure he's alarmed for what's going on. Randy kind of blows it off and takes
Speaks
the
in a
time
British accent for no
to
reason.
try a British accent. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just try
I
this.
thought cereals.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Wes Craven's just like, you're not making a reel.
He literally, someone
"Come on,
interviewed
Wes, please."
someone interviewed about that. He's like, I don't know why he did that. I just let him.
Yeah,
Oh, T2, they talk about, right?
Oh, Terminator. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Godfather
Terminator.
Part 2,
Sarah Connor.
Aliens, Wrath of
2, the
Khan.
second story.
House.
yeah. House 2, the second
two.
story. That's right. I forgot about that.
Wrath of Khan, good
Yeah,
one.
that's a great one.
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2,
Evil-
I love.
Is
that's
Mad
my
Well,
Max
Evil Dead 2
Fury
also has a
Road?
lot of Evil Dead 1 in it.
Yeah,
Top Gun Maverick, anyone?
yeah. I would
That's a
say
good one.
good.
The second most homoerotic movie next to Top Gun.
Before Sunset,
Ooh, oh my god. I would
best
say
trilogy
that is,
of all
yeah.
time, in my opinion.
But see, it's a trilogy. I guess, like, according to Randy, it's...
Oh,
But-
yeah.
but no, he's
'cause
talking about
Empire
it being
Strikes Back.
completely planned.
Right.
I don't think this was planned.
No, I don't think, like, Before Sunset was. I don't know.
The Road Warrior.
Yeah? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why'd
there's
they
some
leave
good
that out?
sequels. Yeah. Anyway,
Shit, okay.
I'm not gonna waste more time talking about sequels, even though I want to.
They eventually get interrupted by Derek, played by the great Jerry O'Connell.
Don't look me in the eyes when you say that.
Sid's new boyfriend.
God, Sid.
Sid.
I do love
Yeah.
that she goes for like the exact opposite of her greasy ass boyfriend in the first one. Like
Yeah.
he is as opposite Skeet Ulrich as you can fucking get.
She went
Yeah.
for an Adonis.
Yeah. She's like, oh my god.
You three love him too much. Honestly,
What?
it's
No,
very
we don't.
disconcerting.
It'd
No,
be
we don't.
impossible to love him too much. We love him just enough.
It's just right.
Let's
Like,
just
he's
talk-
like the Goldilocks
Hey,
of...
we're gonna actually we're starting a new
right.
podcast where we just talk about Jerry O'Connell's eyes.
I'm not going to be on that podcast.
You're gonna, you're gonna be like,
Be on every
co-host.
episode. We need like a contrarian. Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell
Marnie's
hater.
hot takes.
They're all bad.
So this is when we see who else but enter Gail Weathers, prime.
I love her. I want to be her.
This is
Yeah.
like prime Gail Weathers.
This is like
Yes.
peak Gail Weathers for
Yeah.
sure. this
She got the
movie.
bob. She got the streaks in her
She got-
hair.
yeah.
She's ready to
Streaks?
fuck a bitch up.
I
Yeah.
know.
love
we
her.
we probably talked about this on the Scream 3 episode, but like, how good of an actress is she?
She's so good.
She makes
Amazing.
it so like it's so realistic to her.
Yeah. She's like.
I mean, it's probably because she forgot most of the '90s, but she was in the moment, man.
She completely gets that character. Like even like the new ones, I'm not a big fan of. But like in Scream 6, that scene where like she gets attacked, it's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes, absolutely.
And like because the movie to me is like silly for the most part, and then she shows up and it's like an adrenaline shot.
Yeah.
They G.I. Joe her. Like,
Gail's gonna be okay.
Gail's gonna be okay. And you're like, no.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah. So Gail Weathers shows up and she's super psyched for the new Stab movie because she gets like money from it, basically. Because it's based on her book.
Yep.
And she has a new book coming out. And on campus, we see every available news station possible where she meets Debbie Salt, who is a big fan and fellow reporter. Played by Rory Metcalf, who
another
is
queen.
Another queens in this movie.
So many queens.
Yeah.
There's so many like known actors in this movie
this
too.
cast is
Like
Portia
either
Rossi
known,
shows up.
and Rebecca
Portia
Gayheart.
Rossi, I know, even like you get like Heather Graham in the opening, like even like
Fucking
the
David
minor
Warner is in
throwaway
it.
parts. David Warner,
David Warner.
Out of
Which I was like
nowhere.
so pumped
Like,
from The Omen.
I'm a big David Warner fan.
I love him.
I love The
He's such a
Omen.
piece of shit in Titanic, and I love him so much for it.
Yeah.
Compliments of Mr. Carlton Hawkins.
Him and Billy Zane play such good fucking evil people.
We talk about this all the time.
We
Billy
love Billy
Zane is
Zane.
like the shit in that movie.
Yeah,
love him.
Cal is the
He's
best.
The
so
best
he's-
performance
Cal's
in
a
that
good
movie
guy.
is Billy Zane.
He calls a good guy to you.
I had the child.
Even that part when like he sees Jack in like the tux, and he's like, "You can almost pass as a gentleman. It's extraordinary."
It's extraordinary. Yeah, he's so nice. I don't get the bad rap for Cal, but I'm just kidding.
Talk about a stud.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm jumping on the Zane train.
Billy Zane with hair. Wow.
You know what? That reminds me. Tales from the Crypt. Jada and Billy Zane.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
One of them is more likable.
Surprisingly, it's Billy Zane.
Smith. I think I just heard him park outside.
You're gonna have to sleep in a different state tonight.
I know.
No.
He's like, I'll find you. He's got my scent.
But I'll find you.
Someone's talking about Jada.
I've got a particular set of skills.
Wrong movie. No, I'm just kidding. It's Bad Boys for life. So Sid and her friends catch the press conference that's going on, and that's when the Delta Lambdas show up.
Led by Portia de Rossi,
Led by
Rebecca
Portia
Gayheart.
Rebecca
Rebecca
Gayheart,
Looking like
and,
Stepford Wives.
and
And-
nameless actress.
And
Nameless
I like
actresses.
that one. She looks like she's in her 30s, like
Oh, yeah.
compared to like
There's like the
the
one,
other
yeah.
extras.
She's very like soccer mom, yeah.
Yeah, she has like a soccer
Well,
mom.
she's so
And she's so in the
tall.
scene. She's like,
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
she's
like-
the face
she's
part is
serving
facing.
it. And
My
Portia-
dad's the producer.
That's how I got this part.
Yeah.
Why
I
I'm
love
here.
Portia de Rossi's so funny in this part because she's like a throwaway part, but like her lines, and she's just like, "Isn't this crazy? It's all about you." I mean, not directly, but in some 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon way. Like she's so funny.
So
And her
good.
like
Hi,
couple
Sid.
lines that she has.
She's
Hi,
hilarious.
Sid. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Hi.
she's great.
No, I really mean that. Hi.
That's one of my favorite lines
That's
in the
one
movie.
of the best lines.
No,
I
I
wrote
really
that
mean
down. I really mean that.
No, I
Hi.
really mean that. Hi.
so funny.
But yeah, they're trying to like show some empathy towards
Together,
like
yeah.
Sid,
It's
but
like a cult. They really want
They
her
really
into
are
that.
cult-like,
They
yeah.
really want her in that sorority.
And I like that.
She'll
like,
give them cred.
Yeah,
They-
edgy.
they-
She was in the craft.
Yeah, she's in the craft.
She's a witch, man.
She's light as a feather and stiff as a board, or whatever the fuck that is. Anyway,
right.
Same.
yeah.
We are the
The
weirdos.
Fruza The actual Nancy shows up, kills everyone.
She should have.
I
I mean, did you ever hear the
wish.
fan theory that Rebecca Gayheart was actually her character in Urban Legend, and she's like, "Oh shit, someone's killing everybody on this campus." So
And
then
she goes to a
the
different
Urban Legend
campus.
campus.
She's like, they do a movie thing. I'm gonna do like an urban legend.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Let's start that up at a different
No
school.
one's doing this. I'll do that.
Is
Yeah.
there a Jared Leto in this school?
Jared Leto,
Oh my god.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Alicia Witt, are you? Joshua Jackson, you're
Joshua
here too.
Jackson? Yeah.
Well, Joshua Jackson wasn't getting enough screen time in this
Yeah,
movie, so he walked over to
Tara
Urban
Reid
Legend.
shows up. It's okay.
Daniel Harris is in that.
Terry just
Danielle
stumbles.
Harris.
Oh my god.
She's like, I'm here, guys. Sharknado didn't happen yet. I'm here though.
Josie Lopez the cat is coming up.
Yeah.
Danielle Harris is Daniel Harris's death scene in that movie is the scariest scene though, when he has like the lights off.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched that movie in forever, but I
God.
remember
that's
that part.
another. Yeah, that's like the best.
Michael
scene.
Rosenbaum too.
Yeah. Robert Englund, Brad
Robert
Dourif.
Englund. Yeah, that's
Brad
a great
Dourif.
cast in that
I
one too.
love Brad Dourif so
Brad
much.
Dourif
Brad
in the
Dourif's
beginning
awesome.
as the gas station.
Backseat. So awesome.
So
Fantastic.
Anyway.
So yeah, anyways, they catch up and they invite Sid to the party and stuff, and suddenly Sid spots my favorite character, Dewey,
who's like looks lost in the
He looks
movie.
like a lost little geriatric man just hobbling around with his arm up.
Like sometimes in movies, like you're gonna have to have like an intro for your characters. They must just not have thought one out for him, because we just kind of show a wide of him walking around looking confused, like he has
Where's
like
Grandpa
Alzheimer's or something.
Well, they gave him like he looks like he's from the 50s. Like he's just wearing a little bomber jacket and khakis, like Dewey.
I love Dewey
him.
so much.
He's my favorite Scream character.
I know he is.
Yeah, and I love that they use like the theme from Broken Arrow. Because that was like placeholder music, and then they're like, no, this fits so
him.
well.
It
Let's
fits
just
him
keep
really
that.
well.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. And I always loved, Dewey and Sid's relationship. Like, he's kind of like the Dr. Loomis of Scream a little bit. Like, you always feel like a sense of safety when his character's around. I don't know why.
I also like that there was never any like romantic feelings between
No,
them.
he just took over like that brother spot.
Yeah,
because
like
Tatum's
they just
gone.
like love each other, and it's just it's very pure.
I feel like Sid is closed off to so many characters
But not
around
to
her.
him.
But to Dewey, she's like, oh my god, I'm in a play.
Yep.
I'm doing this. She's
It's
like so
adorable.
excited. I love it.
The
It's
two
like,
of them when they see each other, it's like and that's
every
why
time.
these new movies suck because
You don't get that.
You don't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but yeah, she's so closed off to everybody except Dewey. Like she always like loves seeing Dewey, and I love that relationship.
No, it's
so
cute.
he arrives to give her a heads up to watch out for people around her, and I love how he's like him or her or them, like, and I'm like, I don't know. I just love Dewey.
Yeah.
I'm such a Dewey fan.
You remind me of Dewey sometimes.
I try.
You have some Dewey energy.
You have that warmth to you, you know?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's Dwight.
Dwight. Yeah.
Except when you have that cold storage shed where her heart should be.
Yeah, I know. Just like
Fantastic line.
Just like Gail. But yeah, Dewey wants to stick around and help the police, but also to keep like an extra eye on Sid and protect her. So Gail and Cotton try to catch an interview with Sid, like they kind of surprise her, and
they bombard her.
And I love
in the most Gail way.
Yeah, and Sid like pops off, like she literally like punches Gail in the face again.
But talking about how like they didn't really give Dewey a good intro.
Yeah.
Fucking Cotton just kind of like coming into frame. This is so good.
It's so creepy
Young
because you're like,
Liev Schreiber, yeah.
And by the way,
because you don't trust him at this point.
Do you ever see Day Trippers?
Oh my god! Yes,
like I love him.
That's my favorite.
I think that's my favorite performance of his.
Yeah, he's so good.
Day Trippers, yeah.
Diane Sawyer.
But
He
yeah,
really needs to go into voice acting. He has such a good voice.
That's the guy that if I was ever like if I had a sickness, I'd want him to tell me.
Yeah,
you're not gonna make it. All right, sounded
Thank
good
you,
though.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
But that's when she gets punched in the face, and I love the one extra in the background. I don't know if you caught him. He like literally pulls his glasses off. He just mounts it. He goes, like, damn.
They're the most expressive extras in this movie.
Yeah. Go back and watch that scene, and you'll just see a guy. Like,
I'm sweating right now. I want to see this so bad. I never noticed it.
Yeah, it's so funny. But that's when Gail runs into Dewey, and Dewey calls her out for how she wrote Dewey in the book.
He's got the pages down.
Yeah, he's standing on business. I love it.
That's why I feel like
he Barney Fife.
He probably Barney Fife energy, whatever.
Yeah,
in my mind, I don't think he's there to help solve the crime. I think he just had all these great one-liners stored up.
He was holding his head for a long time.
If I see Gail, oh my god, she's gonna fucking unload. Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna have to
52.
That'd be funny if you just saw him like looking at his hand because he had all these comments written on it. Nice streaks.
Dim-witted, inexperienced cop. But I love his response of, how do you know that my dim-witted inexperience isn't merely a subtle form of manipulation used to lower people's expectations, thereby enhancing my ability to effectively maneuver within any given situation.
And then David Arquette makes the weirdest face known to man.
Yeah.
I love the facial expressions he makes.
I love Gil's look because she's
so
like, oh, like she's like in love with him.
Oh no, they're so in love with each other. They're so in love with each other.
That look, man, because like I know they were like they just started dating, I guess, in this movie, and like I don't know what the direction was, but she cannot look at this guy without like love in her face.
I know, so
and I can't either.
Yeah, I miss David Arquette being in so many movies.
Yeah, we need David Arquette back.
I love him in Ready to Rumble.
Will Smith, go find David Arquette and put him in movies.
Put him back in movies. There's a movie you have to check out. It's
Eight-Legged Freaks.
No, but that's great too.
That's a good one too.
It has the guy from Stranger Things in it. It's called Spree. If you get a chance to watch it, it's really good.
Okay.
It's about like a Uber driver going on a killing spree, but David Arquette's in it. But the guy from Stranger Things, Steve, plays like the main guy in it. It's really good. Okay. I definitely recommend it.
I have heard of that one.
But so I love, he gives all this out, right? And he like
calls her a mediocre writer, which would have made me cry.
Yeah, he calls her a mediocre writer.
If David Arquette told me I was a mediocre writer, I would kill myself.
But I also feel like she doesn't completely buy what he's saying to her.
No,
like, not at all.
He's such a golden retriever of a person that it's just so hard.
I think it goes into like what we were saying. It was like rehearsed, and she knows it's rehearsed, and she's like, "That is so cute.
You are so cute."
Yeah.
And
so I love
that movie.
Cox. God damn, she's awesome.
Just both of them together, like them as a couple is just so funny because they're
joyous.
so opposite, and it's kind of like the X-Files thing where he has more of the heart and more of like the sensitivity, and she's such a cold hard bitch. But when they're together, they work off each other so well where she opens up more and he becomes more of that practical person and tries to save her and gets stabbed 3,000 times in like every fucking movie.
I know. He gets messed up.
Oh, Dewey.
Yeah.
Oh, Dewey.
But yeah, no, I love that. Like, after all these like insults that he gives her, he goes, "Oh, one more thing, nice streaks, right?"
Yeah,
and that's the thing that gets to her. She's like
mic drop.
Yeah. He also says something like, "If you'll excuse me, I have some oozing to do," and that's one of those moments in the movie where I want him to dip back into frame, and be like, "Can I try that again?
Yeah.
Can I say something different? That sounded stupid. I've got some oozing to do.
I got some oozing to do."
Sounds like he's like talking about like he's gonna go.
Well, no, I think it comes into what she said, like oozes an experience.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's gonna go.
Oozes an experience somewhere else. So
I just like gaslit. I just gaslit you into doing that.
I know you do. You always gaslight me into.
I know. I was like guiding
you. You did it so softly too, and he's just like, "I gotta do it, but louder."
I know. It's been a couple of weeks.
I know. I'm so sorry.
America demands it.
That night, Sid and Holly attend the Delta Lambda party, and meanwhile, we have where Cece over at the Omega.
All right, guys,
Beta
I have a dissertation
Zeta.
on Cece Cooper. Like, I have a lot to say. There's a lot to say about this character in this scene. So
you can't see it at home right now, but Justin's wearing a
Cece Cooper
Cooper T-shirt.
Does it show her shoes on the fucking couch? Because that's the only thing that annoyed me in that scene. Her go-go boots.
Yeah. Go-go boots she's rocking.
She had like the Daphne go-go boots on.
She's rocking them.
Eating in the living room when it says no, don't eat in the living room.
She was a rebel. Yeah. She was a rebel. So
all the signs in this house. All the signs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get into CC.
Yeah. Let's get into CC.
CC Cooper
in the original script, which you could find online, it's the infamous Scream 2 script that leaked online before the movie came out that has Hallie and Derek as the killers of Mrs. Loomis. Cece only had her death scene. That was it. There was the only scene she was in. And the scene like plays out like how it does in the movie. But her death scene, so like there was no real death scene. Like basically she was in the kitchen and the killer grabbed her and threw her through the glass. And then Kevin Williamson wrote, "Wes does some scary shit here." And then, there was a scene with the cops, like there's blood everywhere, but there's no body. And then when Sydney was being chased by Ghostface, she would run outside right into Cece's body hanging from a tree like Casey Becker. So it was supposed to kind of drive home the fact that she was supposed to Casey Becker, but her name in the original script was not Cece Cooper, it was Cece Taylor. and her real name was Cassandra, not Casey, and Sydney plays Cassandra in the play. So it was kind of like a double meaning. Like she was representing Casey Becker, but also like, we're going to get you, Sydney. So they wanted like a well-known actress for this part. So they had like a short list. It was Reese Witherspoon, who they actually considered for Sydney in the first film. Alicia Silverstone, who they actually also offered Sarah Darling in Scream 3. That would have been great. That would have been great. Yeah, the real Alicia. Denise Richards. Melissa Joan Hart, who auditioned for Sydney in the first film. Ellen Pompeo, before her Grey's Anatomy, tenure. Yeah. And Candace Cameron, of all freaking people. Could you imagine? She would be like, I was never in that movie. I never did that. If this was like, if she was.
She'd have like a big ass cross on the entire time.
Remember when she was the
Jesus
witch
will save me.
Girl? Do you remember she was the witch in the Boy Meets Girl? I remember loving that episode. She was like, I was never in that. That was not me. But
witches, they're the devil.
But they offered to Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she took the role without even reading the script because she loved the original, and she's like, I want to be a part of the franchise. And then she read this, she was like, oh, I only am in one scene and I die early. But that's cool because she was filming this, Buffy, and I Know What You Did Last Summer all at the same time.
Oh, yeah. But also then, Kevin Williams' script.
Yeah. So then Wes Craven was like, well, because the original idea was Kevin Williamson kind of referencing Halloween 2 with her only appearing in her death scene, because in Halloween 2, there's that girl, Alice. Early on in the movie, he was like on the phone with her friend when Michael steals the knife.
Oh, yeah.
And this was because Kevin Williamson loves the original Halloween, and there's so many references to the original in the first Scream. So this was kind of going to be his like homage to Halloween 2 and his sequel. But Wes Craven's like, no, like we can't really do that. Like in the beginning, it's fine, like having the opening characters, like we just meet them and they die. But after that, we have to like establish these characters. So they're like, all right. So they flew Sarah Michelle down to Atlanta because that's where they filmed a lot of the college scenes on this women's college in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And they filmed a scene with her and Portia de Rossi and Rebecca Gayheart talking about Sydney and talking about having her join Omega Beta Zeta. And it's like one of the most infamous scenes of like Screamdom, like if you know about the franchise. Because if you look right as they're approaching Sydney and Hallie and all of them, you could see Sarah Michelle Gellar in the background watching them, like, and she turns and walks off. And there's like actually an image of that scene online. If you Google like CC Cooper, it comes up with the three of them. And
I saw it in an issue of Fangoria.
Yeah.
When this movie was like coming out, I remember seeing that, and I'm like, oh, she's in this and she's hanging out with these two. And
and then not in there. Yeah, and like there was an ET exclusive of the movie before it came out, and they showed like a montage of clips, and they showed a quick clip. They didn't show any dialogue, but they showed them talking. And there's never been like an official script release, but it was basically like them talking about Sydney. And Cece's like, well, which one is she? She needs to join our sorority. And that Donnie, the girl who scares her in the scene, her friend was also introduced in the scene. And it was kind of like a back and forth showing like the rivalry. And it was going to set up Lois and Murphy as kind of red herrings, because next time we see Cece, she gets killed. And I guess apparently Cece's character and Portia de Rossi's character had tension in the scene. Like there was some beef with them. So basically they were like, no, she's ours, back off, and they stomp off, and Cece called them star fuckers. And that was kind of the gist of that scene. And then it was
so good.
Yeah, and then she was in this scene, and then there was more to this scene too, because they actually, in the script, there was a whole part when she goes all the way outside off the porch to like basically the street, and calls out to this guy who's like down the street but he can't hear, and she tells her friend she's gonna go down to the party, and her friend's like, no, call campus security. She's like, okay, and like the phone was crackling because it was 97. And like there is like a weird cut, like when she goes outside, like it goes to that wide shot of the house, but then it goes back to her coming on the like porch. And they did film the scene because like there's images of her like outside, like publicity shots. So then they gave her like her death scene. They were like, well, we can't do that, so Wes made scary shit happen. And you can't have Sarah Michelle Gellar in your 90s slasher and not give her a chase scene. Exactly. So they have that chase scene of her going all the way up to the attic. And there's more to the chase scene, too, they cut out. Because, like, when she throws the vase at him and then runs down the hallway, he's, like, right on top of her. And the next shot, she's, like, opening doors and he's, like, all the way, like, behind her, coming around a corner. So there was more there they cut out because they mentioned it in the commentary. And then they were editing the movie together. And like, oh, shit, like, Cece has no interaction with any of the main cast. She's in 2 scenes. And the one scene she's interacting with other minor characters, so we need to get her in here. So then they reshot the classroom scene, because the original scene is on
in like a lecture hall.
Yeah, like you could see it, and it's just Mickey and Randy basically going back and forth, and it really makes Mickey.
Yeah, Joshua Jackson was even there.
Yeah, no, there was some girl that had a couple of Cece's lines, but like it was mainly Mickey and Randy, and like it really makes Mickey look suspicious because like he's like really so. They went back and like they put Cece in it, and I think the final scene's way better because like it's more of a discussion. It's like a more fun scene. Yeah. And then they cut the other scene because like, well, we already introduced her, we're gonna have to introduce her again. But they've never like released that scene for like, it's weird. Like people know about it, and then they changed the name to Casey because like, we'll just go all the way with the name thing. And so yeah, that was my and then I remember reading too on IMDb like years ago because people like because Sarah Michelle Gellar is in this movie like I wish Sarah had a bigger part. And I remember on IMDb back in the day, people were like, well, she did have a bigger part, but her and your boy Jerry O'Connell were actually dating at the time, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, no shit.
And people were like, well, Nev was jealous. So Sarah Michelle Gellar originally had a much bigger role, but she demanded that her part get cut down completely. And like back then, I'm like, oh, that's so juicy, but now I'm like, it's so dumb. Like what? But like back in like 2004, you're like, this is so great. Like I can't believe that really happened. But like when I was an idiot, like in middle school, but yeah, I know like everybody was like, you know, being like, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar should have been in like more of the movie. And then I don't know if you've ever heard the rumor that the character of Sarah Darling in Scream 3 is like loosely inspired by Sarah Michelle Gellar on Scream 2. Because like again, that's like another rumor. I don't know how much truth it is because apparently Wes Craven called Sarah Darling on set of Scream 2, and like Sarah Michelle Gellar was saying how she was the chick that would get killed second, and like it was only in a couple scenes. So again, like I don't know how truth that rumor is, but like that's like a rumor that I also heard a lot back in the day.
Funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. So that's awesome.
But yeah, sorry, I know she has like 5 minutes of screen time, but you know.
But she's one of the best parts.
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar, like
I know.
Even as a kid, I don't even know why I knew her at that point because I didn't watch Buffy too much later. But I remember that scene so vividly of her running up the stairs and getting thrown out the window.
Yeah,
it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah, no.
It's so good.
My only problem with the scene is it's really weird to see Sarah Michelle Gellar play like a victim.
Yeah, not fighting back.
Yeah,
like she's just gonna punch him in the face.
She like throws vases and bicycles at him.
Yeah.
I just think of her as Buffy. And Buffy's
she's like so tight and like looks so athletic. She's like, I can't run.
Well, that was the thing because like she was outrunning the stuntman originally. They put her in those crazy ass boots because like she's too fast. We gotta slow her down.
Too fast. Timothy the elephant's gonna die if you keep making her run.
Out of breath. But Sarah Michelle, I do remember her in an interview saying that she wanted to like not always be Buffy and wanted to play like characters like Cece and Helen Shivers, like these, you know, not always be like the tough, like one that would kick ass. Like she liked playing these parts too, to show like she could do like both.
Now she's on Dexter.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, she's one of the best things.
Yeah, it's good.
What's going on in the movie?
Oh yeah, so
sorry.
No, you're good.
No. We cut over to the Omega Beta Zeta.
Oh, and another thing, Selma Blair is the girl on the phone with her.
Yeah.
No shit. I was wondering if that was someone like known. Huh.
Yeah, the Marisol Nichols is the girl that
Donnie,
like scares her.
Her name's Donnie.
And she was on Riverdale with Skeet.
She was.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, no, so at one point we cut, and I don't know if you know that, you probably know this, it's the interior is the house from Hocus Pocus. Allison's house.
Way.
That stairwell.
I feel like we talked about this like
I think we did talk about it.
It's also in Trunchbull's house in Matilda too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very iconic house in the 90s.
Yeah.
And again, I thought all living rooms in the 90s looked exactly like that. Yeah.
She's also Cece's also watching Nosferatu.
I have that in my notes. Watching Nosferatu.
And there's also a little bit of a mind fuck for all you people who like the movie Halloween H2O. Because there's like a part in Halloween H2O where Sarah and Molly are watching Scream 2 on TV. But then I'm like thinking like, well, in the first Scream, which would have to exist in that world, they're watching Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's a real mind fuck.
Yeah. See, they're watching the Jamie timeline and not like
I gotcha.
The Jamie Foxx timeline.
The Jamie Foxx timeline. Where they're watching the John timeline? No, I don't know. I don't even know. But anyways, back to... So, Cece gets a call from Ghostface while she's watching Nosferatu. And I loved all the signs around this place.
Don't eat the living room,
no boys upstairs. And it's like crossed off men, you know. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of signs. But even like later on at the college, there's
very
signs
90s.
everywhere.
Signs, stop signs, traffic lights.
So
phones that crackle when you walk outside.
Yeah.
Who has a landline?
You had to charge a damn thing.
But I do love, Ghostface like sneaks in to the house.
Great shot, yeah.
And, as
fucking
they're on,
Donnie.
the phone,
lets him in.
It's so good.
And then he doesn't have a phone on. It's like, oh, there's more than one.
Yeah.
He sneaks in.
I thought it was just weird that he helped himself to making a sandwich in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Jesus.
She's like, why is there pepperoni out right now? Like, as she's walking around.
He's just in there like...
Everything smells like mayonnaise.
This slice is delicious.
He makes a little sandwich and they chase
He's got a little shawarma.
His blood sugar had dipped
Come back,
well, that's why he can't catch her.
Killing Jada Pinkett took a lot out of him. He really needed to, get some energy.
Energy vampire just took it all away from
Will
him.
Smith slapped the shit out of him.
It's like a car blowout right now. So Ghostface ends up chasing Cece upstairs and stabs her a couple times in the back and then throws her over the banister from the balcony, and she lands on the ground, and then it cuts to Everclear.
Yeah, they put in some nice, pop music.
Hell yeah.
Never said I was innocent.
That's so good.
Enough for the things I've done to you.
I kind of liked Everclear a lot.
Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. I mean, I still do. Like, I'll still listen to them, but it's just crazy.
Were you like that kid in Freddy vs. Jason that's like, this Everclear is kicking my ass?
Kicking my ass.
Were you that kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Still that kid.
So over at the party, Matthew Lillard stops by.
I know, little blonde-haired Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. And Sid isn't really feeling the offers from the sorority. I like how at one point they're like talking about...
She's not like other girls.
She's not. She's Rory Gilmore before Rory Gilmore.
Yeah.
Sid reacts to people the way that I do in my own life.
Yeah, she's very relatable, honestly.
Yeah, like when people are like, oh, why don't you join this club? I'm like, no.
No, why?
Oh my God.
What's it about?
Whenever there's like a
Bad
group
idea.
or something, I'm always just like, this looks so stupid when you put it under a microscope. And that's like Sid's energy.
Yeah.
She's like, I would rather walk in the traffic than join
Do
your
you know what
sorority.
I've lived through? Why would I
Yeah.
want to be in your sorority?
I like when she gets that like cookie
And
or
she just
treat,
throws
and
it.
she just throws
I think
back.
about that all the time.
I know.
I want to do that at a party. But you know what would happen? Somebody would be like, what the fuck are you throwing food for?
Yeah.
Well, no one's going to say that
Clean
to...
that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked on those cookies for hours.
Awesome.
Yeah,
My
throw it
mom
in
made
the
them.
person who made it, yeah.
My mom's sick now. She worked too hard on the cookies.
Also, cookies at a college party just doesn't... I don't know why that doesn't seem
Yeah.
right to me.
Yeah,
Seems
it's probably...
like they're probably like laced.
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, yeah, I think that's
cookies
like... Yeah, probably.
from
Okay, I would be very mad if she threw a fucking weed cookie and wasted all of it. That shit was expensive in the 90s.
You know, I was eating these cookies and I think to myself, maybe I want to join this sorority. I can't explain why I feel this way right now, but these cookies are really
I want to
good.
put on a pink headband and join the sorority.
Yeah.
Anybody want to get some product placement for Doritos in this thing? Because I'm
Pepsi.
really fucking
And
hungry right
Baskin
now.
Robbins out of nowhere.
Yeah, Baskin Robbins.
You guys got
And
some
then-
of that.
And Joel has the Dunkin' Donuts too later. There's
Oh,
a lot of
yes.
product
Yeah,
placement in this
yeah.
one, yeah.
But yeah, as they walk through the party, we see where Mickey is still trying to plead with Randy. He's like, yo, what about Empire?
And also trying to get with Hallie, too.
Yeah. And Randy's like, no, it's part of a trilogy.
He's
And
like,
then-
sequel, part of a trilogy, completely planned.
Yeah. And I love the Ewoks blow.
Yeah.
They blow.
I like
they
those
blow.
furry things.
Yeah. Ewoks. They blow.
His
And then-
deliveries of every line are just so...
He's so good.
He's the Nicolas Cage of this movie.
Yeah, he
he
really
really
is.
just put it toward the fences and
Like,
did
I'm
not
gonna
care.
just turn it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
I'm not going to take any of Wes's direction.
Right.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Just gonna go for it. And he does. Then everyone at the party gets word about an attack at Omega Beta Zeta.
So they immediately want to go over and,
They're like,
and
yo,
just look at the
something
dead
happened
body.
over there. Let's go check it out.
There's
Our
also an
dead
amazing
friend.
extra who is like running down. He has like a bowl of salad in his arm for no
Yeah.
fucking reason. And
Yeah,
he's
he's
just like,
just-
oh.
The extras in this movie are like
The extras are so good. And there was
Yeah.
another one when Gail and Dewey are talking to each other at first. Or is it Gail and Dewey? Where you can just hear an extra go, ouch.
Ouch.
When they
Oh,
say
yeah.
something about Gail's book. And I'm like, that is,
Yeah.
I love these extra.
Yeah.
Ouch.
They were putting in
They're participating.
Yeah.
They're participating in the
The
drama.
extras are
Love
getting
it.
antsy.
Liev Schreiber's dog was an extra when they were running over.
Yes!
He like convinced Wes to
Yes,
put
he's
his
like,
dog.
please put my dog in.
And like they did when they're running over, you could see one of the guys at the party
Yeah.
has his dog as they're
Yeah,
running
he's
over to
just
Omega
like-
Beta
And
Zeta.
you can, they have like a background thing of Liam just going, yes, my dog's in the movie.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Liev
That's
Schreiber's
awesome.
the best.
I love him.
Me
He's
too.
so good.
He's so good.
You have to watch Day Trippers. It's pretty.
I've seen it with Parker Posey, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Oh,
I love
Parker,
Parker Posey.
another
Yeah.
in Scream 3.
Yes. Yes.
One of the best parts of Scream 3, honestly.
The best part of
Absolutely.
Scream 3, really, like of the new cast.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love
Everything
Parker
she's
Posey.
in.
I know.
Yeah.
We
Josie
talk
and the
about. I was gonna say we
Pussycats.
talk about Josie and the Pussycats all
Oh
the
my God.
time.
So good.
Her and Alan Cummings. Oh,
Are you lisping Lisa? I'm white ass Wally. When he's like,
what is Wally?
white ass Wally? But yeah, no, so Sid goes back for her jacket and gets attacked by Ghostface. And that's when Derek and Dewey arrive. And Derek actually runs in the house. He's like, "Where'd he go? I'll go get him." And so
so
Derek
suspicious.
runs in.
So suspicious.
Those goddamn blue
fucking
eyes.
suspicious.
Hey, here's a weird question. So, you know, like these killers, they can't help themselves at the end. They like to give the big reveal, and then they're like, "This is why I did it." What if Sid just walked up to them? She's like, "All right, just stab me." They're like, "Well, I can't. I got a whole
I have like
thing I gotta do."
I have like a whole monologue
Yeah,
here.
I've been working on it.
Dude, don't
like,
give away
really
like the
hard.
secrets to Scream 7.
I would like for like one of these
Spoiler alert.
movies for them to be like, I just don't want to do
Just
this
do
anymore.
it!
Yeah.
You're killing everybody that makes me want to live my life. So, what is
just
this?
do it.
What am I doing? And he's
Or
just
what
like,
if she just pulled a gun out and she just did it herself?
I just want the killer to be like, I can't kill you yet.
Right.
There's
back.
a reason.
Give me like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I have to explain
Yeah,
everything.
I gotta do a thing.
There's like
There's 20 minutes left to this movie, so
Honestly,
hold
that
on.
would be a great
hold
scene
on.
in Scary Movie 6.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Killer's just like, we're
got
about
15
40
minutes left of
40
this.
minutes into this
I need
movie.
like 10, 15 minutes
Yeah,
tops.
just but
From
when we
my
reach the
monologue.
hour and a half mark, maybe we'll start wrapping this up.
But as he goes in, we see that Derek is sliced up on the forearm, and Ghostface gets away.
Sitting on the ground like a little bitch.
Yeah, he's like bleeding it. And I like that Dewey's like, "Where'd he go?" And he's like, "He went that way." And he just runs, and you just see Portia de Rossi and
Rebecca Gayheart just
Yeah.
standing there like,
and they're like,
They poke their heads
Everything
in.
okay?
"Everything
okay.
okay?"
Oh
Yeah,
my god, I just came back my drink.
I love that.
Do you think the killer would join Omega Beta Zeta?
He seems pretty cool.
You know, the killer's just like, actually, that's what this is all about.
Yeah, he's been pledging the
I
entire
just want
time.
to join the
I'm
fraternity.
I'm trying to open up some spaces for myself.
Why do they want Sydney when they can have me?
I'm into the hazing. I'm just saying.
I'll just lay this out there now. Hazing, I'm kind of into it. Okay,
Real
It's my
into it.
thing.
I'll do whatever it takes.
You girls seem like a lot of fun. I'm just saying. Let me in.
I accidentally super glued my hand to my dick one time. Why? I don't know. It just happened.
People kept asking me, why are you doing that? Don't do that. There's no need to do it.
Just don't ask.
You want me to haze, right? That's what you want me to do? Like, no. No one's asking you to do anything.
I got super glue right now.
I got a grab bag of...
As we see Mickey trying to comfort Sid at the hospital, Dewey kind of questions why Derek ran back in, and he's like, "Yeah, I barely made it out." He's like, "Oh, how convenient you made it." I was like, "Wow, that's a little harsh, dude."
I do
Right?
honestly. I kind of love of course there's going to be red herrings, but I do love that the killers try to make red herrings throughout this.
Yeah, because
It's
Mickey
like-
kind of
spread
slips
out.
it in there.
Yeah, Mickey slips it in there, and then Deb will do well, it could be Gail. I'm just saying, it should be someone from Woodsboro, you fucking dumbasses.
Yeah,
get with
never
it.
was
Spell it out for you.
Yeah, let me just tell you, I think it's Gail.
Don't tell her I said that, though. I think we could be friends.
I think we have a good
Oh,
shot.
that's when you hear the ouch, when Gail is going you're flattering and being nice and being pathetic. And someone just goes, ouch!
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that just, came into my head.
So at the police station, Gail discovers the 3 killings have a link to the original Woodsboro killings, and it's all their names. So there's Maureen
Yeah.
and Phil Stevens.
Phil
For
Stevens.
Steve.
And then Cece, she's like, "What's that short for?"
As
And
in Casey Becker?
As in Casey Becker.
I would never have figured that out. That
I
case
know.
would have went nowhere if I was on the job,
It would have been 15 years later.
Yeah, I'd been
and it'd be like, that's weird.
what?
Marlene and Steven are 2 of the victims from Woodsboro murders.
I knew
But
a
Cece
girl
don't get it.
named Maureen in high school. I wonder if that has anything to do with what's
I
happening.
do kind of, Gail, I think
I needed an
above
excuse
everyone
to
would
call
know that.
her.
Yeah.
Because she's so entrenched from writing the book and being involved
That's
in the movie.
true.
I think she would kind of
Oh
recognize
yeah,
the names.
she's incredibly intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
She's the
Good
person
smart.
that would figure that out. I'm just
Meanwhile,
saying
the Arquettes are not doing
They're
fuck
just
all.
doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Because
yeah.
the chief is also
Chief
Dave
Hart's
Arquette's
like,
not.
oh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I would just say I think I buy that Gail would solve it. The case would fall apart if I was in charge.
Right. No, we wouldn't.
I don't know,
we
it's just someone
would do
fucking
terrible.
killing people.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just dying.
Her
Right?
name starts with M.
I don't know. I think it's that Derek guy. I just think it's that Derek guy.
I think that what we need
Just
is
to get
a
him killed
bigger.
off.
We need a bigger chalkboard.
Get rid of Gerald now.
Yeah.
That'll crack this case.
Yeah.
Chalkboard.
Wait. What if we got a dry erase board?
Oh,
that's
it is
gonna
the
really,
90s.
That's going to change things.
Right. Yeah.
This is the late 90s. It's the new millennium.
There's a CVS down the road that might have one.
And that's our case.
Yeah.
That's the word
We should be cops.
Yeah.
Or detectives.
Oh my god, let's be
I
cops.
would. Oh my god! And I can like come in like the femme fatale. Be like,
Yeah.
I got a case for you, boys.
With that voice. Hey, boys, I got a case for you.
We're like, all right, we got this.
Ain't I a taught drink of water?
I smoked a pack of cigarettes before I walked in, and
It's a roll of cigarettes.
they're all in my mouth at once. Hey, boys.
So as
I ain't healthy no more.
So Gil figures this out, and Sheriff Hartley is like, "Whoa, that's pretty good." And he,
Shit.
holy shit!
Can we tell my superiors that like this is a
We need
group
you on the
effort?
force.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you get there?
Oh my god. I ate one of those cookies at the sorority. I didn't get shit.
I didn't get any of this. But he assigns two detectives to watch over Sid, and
They look like they're the guys from Halloween 3, the robot, the android.
oh yeah, they really do.
One looks
Yeah.
like Elijah Wood, just saying.
Oh my god, the one that I don't.
Yeah.
The one actually was a stunt man. The one who gets the pole in his head. He was a stunt
He
man.
had to be.
Because he was actually Skeet Ulrich's stunt double in the first one when he fell down the stairs. That was
I heard he actually took that pole through the eye.
He's still with us. He just has a pole in his eye. all the time.
Method.
He still has that pole in his eye. He has a hard time with doors.
Yeah. He doesn't. If you see him at a convention, don't ask him to sign a pole.
He just whips around and kills you with the pole.
Just reminds him of the worst decision he's ever made.
Best death though. It was very worth
It was
it.
very good.
But Sid tells Derek to keep some distance, so that way it'll protect him. She's like, "I'm looking out for you," and he's like, "Sid, I feel like you don't trust me." And that's when she kind of like walks off, and he
does
that
the creepiest
stare.
fucking stare. Like, what is he thinking about? I'm honestly I'm glad Mickey kills him. I'm
What?
just saying that now because I feel spoilers.
He's pre-med.
But I feel
Derek has a bright future ahead of him.
I don't care. The way he looks at her just looks so terrifying.
Didn't you see those khakis?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I love on a man.
Yeah,
Khakis.
But did you see that blue shirt and those blue eyes? Oh my god.
And that perfectly done hairdo.
Yeah.
And he looks at her like he's going to kill her.
Well, how are you supposed to stare at a woman, Marnie?
I'm calling Becca.
Jesus.
She needs to make some decisions about this engagement.
Listen, don't put any more ideas into her head. It's been real rocky lately. Her eyes have been wide open lately.
She's been really aware, right? Super aware, in fact. So at the cafeteria, Marnie's favorite scene, Derek serenades Sid with David Cassidy's "I Think I Love You," and then
Is it?
We
now,
need to break up.
Wait, Derek's singing.
yes,
Is it embarrassing or endearing?
Embarrassing.
Because I ride the line since 1997.
It's embarrassing.
True story, everybody. I literally skipped school back in 1997 to go to a movie theater to see this.
Yeah.
And I remember this scene vividly. And I thought to myself, is this embarrassing or endearing? And I've been riding this line for years.
For Sydney,
You know,
I feel like it would have been though, because she hates that type of shit. I would definitely think Sydney would not be into that. Like,
No?
those she doesn't like everyone knowing her business and knowing where she is because she's gonna get killed.
Yeah, but
again.
didn't you see that shot of her tapping her toe?
yeah.
her fucking laughing did not that pulled me out of that for a little bit because I don't think Sydney would be super
Well,
ecstatic.
she definitely reluctantly kisses him. There's like a little moment where
She's
she
like, "Oh my
hesitates.
god, thank you
She's
so
like,
Yeah.
much."
Meanwhile, Mickey's just fucking dancing in
You
the
know what?
I
background.
love
having
Mickey's
a time.
dancing.
Yeah.
She's like,
It's like,
Hey, ah.
Hyping everybody up.
yeah.
Sid has a moment where she's like, if I kiss him, he'll stop singing.
That would be me.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
honey, we need to talk.
In the original script, it was actually Mickey who serenades Hallie, and he sang "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston.
I bet he would have sounded better.
Maybe.
I think it would have been funnier.
I love
Jerry
Jerry
O'Connell, because Wes Craven on the commentary, they said that he sang it live, but I guess our boy My Bloody Valentine's 3D, Patrick Lussier, the editor of the Scream movies, he was saying how it was hard to edit the scene because Jerry O'Connell was in a different key in every take. So they're like, we had to edit it, and
he's unprofessional.
And they were like, yeah, because they were like, should we just dub it in? But then they ended up looping a lot of it too. Like, yeah, it was just
I could never tell that he was in a different key for each cut. I could not tell. Not tell.
Is there a key that describes what he's doing? That's just kind of.
I gotta see, honestly.
I just decided to myself.
Oh my God.
I think I love you.
It's like, oh no.
You really love you.
The funny thing about this movie, I had to convince a high schooler to buy us tickets. I was like, could you like buy me and my friend a ticket, and I'll give you an extra like $10. And he was like, oh sure, whatever. So he bought our tickets, and that's how we got in. Because United Artists,
they said
downtown was so strict. Yeah,
we were probably at the same showing then, because literally, like, I bought tickets to a movie and didn't see that movie. I went and saw Scream 2. And the entire time, I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm like, someone's coming to get me.
Halloween, I did that. Halloween 6. Aww. Me and Adam bought tickets for the Big Green, and we snuck into Halloween 6 instead.
I missed that. The dangers of going to the movie theater when you
Jason X, I had to do that. Yeah.
Well,
I know. I was happy. I bought tickets for Crossroads, the Britney Spears movie.
Oh my God! I went to
snuck into Jason X,
and then looped around and saw Crossroads.
I was to say.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I snuck back into Crossroads. So we get this great scene from Derek that everyone loves, and he ends up giving his Greek letters to Sid, and Mickey's like, "Whoa, that
isn't that like a big frat faux pas?"
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it is, man.
I've never
They're
heard
gonna
that in
kick the
my life.
shit out of him. They're gonna fuck him.
They're gonna fucking kill him.
Derek gave his letters away? Who the fuck do you think it is?
How funny would it be though if Derek got up on the table and started singing, and then like a teacher just ran over and was like, "Get the fuck off that table!"
That'd be me.
Where the fuck do you think you are?
Regina Hall comes up, "Get the fuck off that table!"
Where do you think you are?
Who the fuck climbs up on tables like this?
Dealing with all these
Jesus
white
Christ.
people. That is white people nonsense.
That is white people nonsense to a T, yeah.
So,
as a white man, that's my kind of nonsense.
Well, see, comparatively, like, 10 Things I Hate About You, I love that movie. And Heath Ledger also does a little musical number in that.
Yeah.
But I think it fit more. Like he was embarrassing himself because she was embarrassed previously, and he's trying to, like, make it better for her. I don't feel like this did not, like... I feel like there was no reason for this.
First of all, there's always a reason to sing. and I think if we all...
You had to laugh as you were saying that.
I think if we all just started expressing ourselves amelodically, we'd be better off.
You know what? Yeah. I agree.
Just not Jerry O'Connell.
I think.
Except Jerry O'Connell.
I think I love you.
I think I love you. Welcome to Frequels.
So this is how you proposed, right? You got up on a table and started singing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And she said, hold on a second, I think I'll get something out of my car.
and you just hear a car peeling out.
I've been actually like waiting for her to come back. Do you guys think it's gonna go well?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. She's gonna say yes.
I mean, she left the ring behind too,
that's
so I'm
fine.
sure
That's
she just
fine.
wanted
She's
me to
just
keep it
thinking
warm for her.
test
Right?
thoughts,
Right,
yeah.
We don't have to
want
say
you to
on
keep
my
it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
That's how you drop a mic.
Stop.
Ouch.
So at the cafe, Dewey and Randy watch Tori Spelling
With
and
their
Luke
Baskin
Wilson
Robbins.
in a scene from Stab, and I love the
Stupid.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I really want to. I wish they would make actual Stab. I'd love to see it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It would be just scary movie.
It would be, basically.
Yeah.
There was a scene in the original script where Randy and Sydney actually, because in the original script, Randy was actually Gail's cameraman and Joel was just one of the students. And Randy and Sydney went to go see Stab in the theaters, and like it was the ending scene, and they called in the script, they described Billy as Johnny Depp. It might even be Johnny Depp, and like it was Johnny Depp. They were doing the end scene in the kitchen of Scream, and it was like Johnny Depp and his sidekick. They didn't even like have an actor picked out for Stu, but like it was just like Sydney like not being able to handle, and she ended up leaving. I'm like, I kind of wish like we saw that. Like I wish we
my
saw
God.
more of Stab.
It would have been
Yeah,
so funny
I
if
know.
it was Johnny Depp,
It
because
really
Skeet
would've been
Ulrich does
funny.
like
Yeah.
very resembles Johnny Depp at that
does.
time.
100%. Yeah. I
Greasy
love the scenes of Stab.
Oh, so funny.
We should have got Jennifer Jolie as Gail scene. That would be amazing.
God, I know. What actor is Randy? He was like, oh, there's no name
Dave
actor.
Schwimmer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like, you got David Schwimmer.
It's like
I got
also
like a
nobody
Oh,
who
yeah,
like
Blow
medicine,
nobody. Yeah.
like
who
Oh,
drove.
he
swing
drove a
medicine woman or something.
Yeah,
He drove a cart or something.
Yeah.
he refers to him as Joe Blow Nobody.
Yeah. And but this scene actually foreshadows a lot because it kind of reminds you, the audience, right, about Billy's mother kind of running off and stuff. But also like when they're conversating about the possible suspects,
And the
he
rules
does
of the
lay out
sequel.
like a lot of like, hey, it could be a female, just like Pamela Voorhees, you know.
Yeah,
and-
he does bring
He's
it.
like,
Yeah.
Mrs. Voorhees was a terrific serial killer.
right.
There's always room for Candyman's daughter.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
sweet. She's deadly. She's bad for your teeth.
So Joel, Gail's new cameraman, has some.
Well, I think
Love
really
him.
steals a lot of the scenes that he's in.
So
He's so
many
good.
scenes.
He's got
He's so
great
funny.
comedic timing, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Did you get that on film?
Yes,
He's like, yes, I got that on film. So he has some reservations about being Gail's new cameraman, but she reassures him like, oh, you know, my cameraman wasn't gutted. Kenny wasn't gutted. He just got his throat
His
slashed.
throat- she's like,
Better.
And it was so horrific that the MPAA was like, no, this is going to be NC-17 if you show W. Earl Brown's face dying
Right.
and you stop.
Yeah.
that delivery from Courtney Cox, she's just like,
Yeah.
his throat was slashed. Like that. It's like he wasn't
gutted.
gutted. His throat was slashed.
I lied about that.
Yeah.
She's so fucking awesome.
so
She's so
good.
good. So Sid chats with her drama teacher.
David fucking
Fucking
Warner.
Warner out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
Battle
love it.
for the soul is fought in the forum of art. I'm like, could you coach me through life, David?
Oh my
Warner?
god, if he was my acting teacher, I'd be such a better actor.
What perfect casting, though.
Everyone
I
would
know.
be.
That guy looks
Yeah.
like he would just know everything about drama.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He is such a great actor. I love The Omen. He's like one of my favorite parts of The Omen.
Yes.
And I also love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah, he works for TGRI.
Yeah, baby. But he plays the drama teacher, and he's telling Sid about Cassandra and the role and how she
She
is
saw it all
strong.
coming.
Yeah, he's like, you're strong, and I love.
I don't have an understudy. I'm desperate.
I'll be the understudy.
I'll play Cassandra.
Oh my god, I would pay to see him play
Yeah.
Cassandra.
Oh my god, me too.
I'm gonna put on my heels.
And run around
Rest
this
in
theater.
peace, David Warner.
Hate
But-
me like one of your French girls.
I heard that somewhere.
Hey, those movies came out the same month. Scream 2 and
Oh
Titanic.
shit, wow.
Yeah.
I heard. Okay, I don't know if this is true. I didn't look into it, but I did hear that they pushed Titanic back for Scream 2.
Yeah, they thought that was gonna be the bigger movie.
Yeah, is
'Cause
that
they
why?
thought
Because
Titanic
I mean,
was-
they're both like iconic,
Dude,
right?
but honestly, at the time, it's hard to
Titanic is, like,
imagine this,
insane.
but like, Titanic was thought to like it was gonna bomb. Like they
Right.
had no faith in
Yeah,
this
because
movie.
this was Cameron. This was like Cameron's first time into drama, wasn't it?
It wasn't that. It was just like it was overscheduled. The budget was huge, and like they're like making this movie about Titanic, and they're like, well, that's gonna suck. And then he
That defined an
Shut
entire
them all.
generation. Yeah.
So I know, like, there's this rule in life that you just shouldn't bet against James Cameron. Like, when people are like, well, wait till Avatar 2 comes out, it's going to bomb. I'm like, you're going to eat your words, and you did.
Yeah.
He's, it's crazy. But David Warner, 2 big movies in 1997.
He had a great year.
Huge.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. What a great year.
Yeah.
for film.
I think we do forget how like Scream was so in everything that I remember having like a during grade school we would have our little Halloween parties and stuff like that, Halloween parades.
Yeah.
I think 90% of the boys were dressed in a ghost face costume with that little blood squirter.
Yeah.
Like that was such a like huge thing.
Yeah.
I wore that to prom.
Under his tuxedo.
Just in case.
Just
I
Real
had some
nice.
scores to settle.
Yeah. No, but I thought it was like great how she gets on stage and Sid's like an actually awesome actress.
Yeah, we learn about her. We learn about her character more because in the first movie it's just like survival. My boyfriend. That's like the two things.
Yeah, and my mom died.
And my mom died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fate's vengeful eye is now fixed on me. It's so awesome.
Yes,
it's so good.
Oh, and then just to have Ghostface kind of in that maelstrom.
That's neat.
Yeah,
I love that.
Scary.
Like the way that the editing, all the cuts and everything, and you just see like Ghostface.
And you don't know if it's real, and you're like, oh.
I'm in the play too.
I'm gonna improvise.
Ghostface would be a theater kid.
I'm your understudy now.
I'm gonna improvise all my scenes.
I didn't read the script. Is this the part where I stab someone? Like, no, Ghostface. It's not that kind of thing.
Wrong play.
But something about the eye. I don't know. I should stab an eye, right?
It's vengeful eye. Like if I stab
Vengeful?
I'm vengeful. This plot's made for me.
I love your personification of Ghostface is just a dude from Long Island.
That's true.
Fate's vengeful eye? Okay.
Okay. What an eye.
Did he take a ferry over here? So Derek arrives, and Sid is kind of like super suspicious.
I would be too.
She's like freaked out because she almost was attacked. And
he just shows up out of fucking nowhere.
That was a real, or was that just her on that? It's kind of like the bathroom scene in the first
film. It's really
film.
hard to tell.
Was it really Ghostface, or was it like a prankster?
Right.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure he auditioned for that play.
Yeah,
it's
probably like I was late for the auditions. Can I still like audition? And that's what it was.
No,
but also, like, Sidney has so much trauma from that first movie. It would make sense.
Yeah, if it was.
Which I love that David Warner is like, yeah, you could do this play. Yeah. You could just have like traumatic life.
Yeah,
but
like your mom
go ahead, play this character that
use
will
that
get killed.
trauma.
Use that trauma.
I'm gonna put you on
this college production.
As Jamie Lee Curtis would say, the trauma.
The trauma.
Hear me out. Use your trauma, and I'm gonna put you on a stage with a bunch of people wearing masks and wearing robes. It's totally gonna trigger you. Yeah. Who could have saw it coming? I'm not Cassandra.
The robes are red, though. The robes are red.
Yeah. Knives aren't real. It's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
It should be fine. That one does not look like an Edvard Munch painting at all. Like that mask does not.
I don't remember that one. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's just use it. Use the paint.
Use it.
Come on, you're wasting time.
I do think it's great for her character though, because I acting does make sense because she tries to hide herself so much that acting could be kind of like something for her to actually feel emotions in a safe place.
Yeah.
Feeling emotions.
What's
that like?
Yeah.
I know you're a sociopath. I feel nothing.
All I got is hunger and contempt.
2025.
Yeah.
Hunger and contempt.
But no, I agree. I feel like it's like a good way to get all those emotions out that she probably
That's what the movie Sing Sing is about that came out last year, technically now. Did you see Sing Sing?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I plan on it because that's Coleman Domingo, right? Isn't it? Yeah. I do want to see it.
It's it's definitely one of the better movies I saw last year, but that's kind of what it's about. It's like actual like Sing Sing prison, right?
Right.
And like all the actors in the movie are actually like convicts, like real life convicts, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I guess in Sing Sing they had a program where they would put on like plays and they would act, and it would help them deal with a lot of what they were experiencing and what they probably brought into prison with them. And it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And all the actors are like, I know there weren't actors, but you'd swear they were actors. Like they're all really good. But we don't have to talk about prison. I've said I want it out.
I don't know. I kind of want to talk about the Shawshank Redemption now. I brought notes.
Shawshank.
Truly was a Shawshank
Redemption. So Gail, Dewey, and Randy get a call from Ghostface.
I love this part too.
And they're trying to look around the campus to like find who the caller might
Dewey
be.
Jumping on that fucking guy.
Yeah, Dewey's just like,
Mom, this guy just jumped on me.
Yeah.
Mom is gonna jump on me.
Just like jumped at me. But they're like
he wasn't actually an actor in the movie.
So many people with cell phones in '97 too.
Yeah, man, hell yeah! And as they're like looking around for this caller, and they're all like college students too, like
I didn't even have like a good cell phone in college.
It's like in the first one with Billy being like, "It's a cell phone, Sheriff. Everyone's got one." It's like
Okay.
96.
Well, to all
That one
you,
in 2004.
to all you children at home listening right now, that's how we played Snake.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Because we had nothing else.
We had nothing.
We had rocks and Snake,
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
and we watched the pictures,
The pictures. The motion pictures.
the motion pictures.
And unfortunately for Randy, as he's having this conversation, he really lays into Billy Loomis. Because he calls Stu, he's like, oh, he's a fucking wet rag, right? And then he goes, but Billy, that, like, rat-faced looking...
Homo repressed mama's boy.
Horror repressed mama's boy, yeah. And,
Interesting wording
right.
for the reveal at the end.
Yeah.
Because she actually confesses that she killed Randy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this moment, I feel like the franchise never recovered from it. Because it's awesome to go to that place with it. Because your sequel needs to have stakes. My complaint with the new ones is that no matter what happens to you, you're fine. But like, I like the fact that they took a very beloved character and they killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they keep trying to make a Randy, and it just never works.
Yeah, no.
But like, because Jamie Kennedy is just so specific and
So
awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
I know.
I love his fuck you.
Fuck you!
So good.
You want to be one of the big shots? Manson, Bundy,
OJ. He's like,
Topical.
what's your favorite scary movie? Showgirls. Absolutely terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. But yeah, he ends up getting pulled into the van, and
Sad.
it's
and
really...
then the boombox guys against
Yes.
the band.
Oh,
bump.
yeah,
EJ,
Suburban Life.
In my
the
notes,
Cottonmouth Kings.
EJ Leeson.
Monkeys.
EJ Leeson, in my notes, I said, EJ, can we carry boom boxes around?
Listening to Cottonmouth. Yeah.
And dance.
Please.
I think next... Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Like, when next time we go to trivia, let's just have boom
Okay.
boxes and walk in.
Hey, also, if we're ever walking somewhere and we hear someone screaming for help, we'll just like...
Suburban Life ain't what it seems. Suburban Life, the American dream. Yeah.
Can we be those guys?
Yeah, man.
I feel like we are those
I know
guys.
like a lot of the words to that song. Yeah.
Hey, Adam Farley, come join our beatbox and
Yeah.
whatever.
Hell yeah. So as Randy gets stabbed, I think like 4 or 5 times, compared to like the new movies where people get stabbed like 11 times.
Yeah.
And they're still okay.
My favorite's getting stabbed on a New York subway and not dying immediately.
Yeah, right? Like, okay.
Fucking Chad.
Chad.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chad
my
got
Chad's a
45
champ, man.
times.
They're
He's
like
still there.
Yeah,
like up his body. Like
He's like that Beetlejuice toy from when we were kids where you stuck all the swords through him. That's a very obscure reference. I'm sorry.
I knew it. I got you.
We all had that one.
Yeah. It was like they're like little what do you call
They're
it?
like swords or something.
Like
or
swords, but-
needles
Things you
and
should not
stuff
give to
come
tiny
through.
children.
Yeah, I think it was.
Hey, toys when we were kids were fucking so cool.
We
had like RoboCop,
toys.
Terminator.
We should not have had RoboCop toys.
Dude, they were
Did you
fucking-
see that movie?
There were Starship Trooper toys,
I had those too.
which
Yeah.
is awesome.
And I loved it. I love Starship Troopers.
Everything's so wimpy now.
Yeah.
You know, these kids all grow up to be well adjusted.
Imagine if they
We all got
released
fucked up.
Dr. Sleep
the
toys.
What was your pitch the one time? Was the Deepwater Horizon playset?
Oh, yeah. Now available in the Deepwater Horizon
It's
playset.
like oil shooting up in the kid's face. I don't play with this anymore, mommy. Oh, the house is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
A hereditary playset with just like a piano wire.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's like now you can have the car and the telephone pole. I feel like that.
Heads up, kids. You can have the car and the telephone pole. It's going to be nuts.
And the character's head
Oh. I'm so sorry. Tony Collette, please don't come beat me up.
is like, please don't slap
Death
me in
and
the
sold
face.
separately.
Yeah. But
Grief sold separately.
oh my gosh.
Gabriel Burns on fire.
Hereditary toys.
You can set him on fire.
You pull the string. I am your mother.
I am your mother. Oh, that would be so good. And the head is detachable. It has like a magnet, so like that way. So it's like,
and her head comes with a magnet, so you can decapitate her whenever you want.
So meanwhile, at the library, but R.I.P. to Randy, one of the best screen characters.
Scene of all always bums me out.
Yep.
Yeah, it really bums you out. And
until Joel comes back with the fucking Dunkin' Donuts bottle.
Yeah, he just drops it.
He's just like,
oh
my
shit!
fan, who broke the window?
Oh,
like,
who put this dead body in there?
Just wait till you look inside, man. You're like, my carpeting.
Just put shag carpeting in it. I wanted to impress my girlfriend. Because that probably would have passed in the 90s?
Yeah.
Possibly? Yeah. I don't know.
Shag carpet. That time, yeah.
It's like prom night.
I know. Michael Kelso had something like that going on in that 70s show.
I was going to say, that 70s show was really colored like the end of the 90s.
Yeah.
What's the character from prom night? He had like that decked out van.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. He had he was the
I
bigger guy.
can't
I believe in the I have it right here in the credits. He's decked out van guy.
No, he has a funny name. It's like
he's like something funny
shorts.
like that, like
Dasher. No, it's like something weird. I forgot.
like that. Yeah, but and then the killer just goes after him too for like no reason.
Right,
and
there's
just like
no
van
reason.
like goes over and explodes.
Yeah,
It's like an action scene.
I freaking love prom night.
Oh, that's great.
So meanwhile, at the library, Sid gets an IM, an instant message.
Yep.
Adam Farley.
The entire fucking screen and it says instant message.
Yeah.
And it's
You're gonna die tonight.
This is a scene dedicated to Adam Farley.
Yes, yeah, because we talked about this in Cry Wolf. He was
did.
like, you know what would be cool if like the killer used instant messenger? And we're like, wait.
They
No,
did.
he did in Scream 2, yeah.
We corrected ourselves before
Yeah,
the
'cause we're like,
internet.
oh my god, that would be so cool. And then we're like, oh wait, no, he did in Scream 2.
One of the
That's
early
right.
movies he did.
Yeah, like the real early too. Super early. So she gets an IM threatening her life, and as the guards check around the students' computers, we see where Cotton shows up to
Acting
chat about
creepy as shit.
I know.
I like how he has a hoodie
little
too for the
hoodie
college.
Of the
He's
college,
like, I want to fit
yeah.
in with the kids.
Windsor College, yo.
Why in this college are you just allowed to walk around?
I mean, to be
This is
fair,
how it
like
was, man.
at Marywood, I just took my friends to different classes and no one gave a shit.
But like he doesn't like. I mean, I would assume that you would have to bring your friends in, right? Cotton just gets free reign.
Yeah, Cotton's like
Former suspected
Just walking
killer.
around like,
are these
yeah,
free
you know.
pens? He just has a whole bunch of Windsor College
You see him at
pens.
the lunchroom.
He's like,
I mean, campus
Ooh,
security
eggs?
did
You should
nothing
have
for
had a shot
CC
of
either,
him.
so
That's true.
He prints out all
I
his
can't
business
hear
cards.
you.
they should have had a shot of Cotton sitting at a table while Jerry O'Connell was singing, like eating a sandwich, like,
It's good. He's got a
Dumb
promising
kids.
career.
yeah, he's the next Michael Bolton, that one.
I gotta get rid of that guy before he takes all my press.
That's a star.
So he shows up and he's really pushing for a Diane Sawyer interview.
Diane Sawyer.
And Cotton is asking Sid to give him a little love. And she's like, no, I just don't want to do that, right? She's like, I'm not interested in doing Diane
He probably
Sawyer.
shouldn't corner her like Rocky does to Adrian in the first Rocky.
Yeah.
It's because he's just like trying to like.
He's just all up in her business.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
mean,
"Come on, Sid."
I love how it's shot too, because it does feel claustrophobic. Like he's really like too close to her.
Yeah, all the blocking in it is really
very good blocking.
Yeah. And I love how like he corners her, and then as she walks off, he's like still so enraged by her turning him down. But from his perspective, right? Like if you think about it, he's in jail for a year. And he's just like, could you please just do me one favor?
Yeah,
And so he
you
kinda
almost
goes up.
he was gonna get like the death sentence too.
Yeah.
Like I was like going to die. You can't just do an interview with me.
Yeah,
Because like Sid really is not being terribly likable with that whole situation.
Yeah, but
because
I
I don't care.
I know.
I'm just saying she wrongfully accused the guy. The guy was on death row.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can you do me a solid?"
Yeah, because
Just one thing.
you can tell
And
I'm
she's
not,
just like, "Wait, this is about my trauma, buddy."
yeah.
Like, you think she'd just suck it up and have some sort of like sympathy? I've never thought about this before until just now.
Yeah,
But I'm not really seeing things from her perspective.
well, yeah,
Guys,
that's
I would like to clear my name. I would like to really just put it out there that
Yeah.
like I didn't actually like like rape and murder somebody, and she's like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it.
Well, to her perspective, right? She just got threatened by, and like all these Ghostface murders are happening. She just gets threatened, so she's like told to wait over there. Then she gets cornered by a guy who she did feel as a threat at one point, right? So in her mind, she's just like, no, I'm not interested in trying to get out of there.
Yeah, he's being,
you know what I mean?
He's being very intimidating.
Well, I'm just talking about like, I'm referring more so to like before that, because he's like getting,
that's true too,
It's like kind of like at this point, it's all building up, and he's getting like mad about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's the way to handle a situation like that by any stretch of the imagination, but
it's
is that what you did to Becca?
Yeah, that's how we proposed to her.
For the proposal, I just had her up against
Get a
the wall.
Windsor College sweater on at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like,
Diane Sawyer.
maybe we can get married by Diane Sawyer. Anyway.
Diane Sawyer. I love it.
Too, though, like, maybe she would have been down for it, because then the first time, like, Gale, like, kind of ambushes her with him just popping out. Like, maybe if, like, they had talked about it, like, and it wasn't just, like, an ambush, maybe she would have been, like if she had time to think about it and process it.
Yeah, Gale doesn't have a lot of, like, finesse when it comes to
like,
that
maybe
stuff.
If they're like, well, why don't we, like, had set something up instead of just, like, springing it all on her at once.
I think also, if I were to take a stab with Sid, there is like a thing with her in this movie where she is running from everything, and like she's like not being as like active of a character than she becomes, because by like 5 she's like this is my mom. She's like, yeah, I don't care. Like she's just kind of like, let's just deal this.
She's like at like she's kind of like at the Charmeleon stage of her final girl.
Yes.
But like,
she just shoots at Mikey Madison.
Like Scream 3,
like,
she kind of
help
gets
me,
there.
help me. And she's like, oh, this is a trap.
But in this movie, there is like a clear moment where she decides that she wants to stop running, and it's like when she gets out of the car, and she's just like, no, I don't want to keep running. Like, so I guess at this point, maybe like with her, with Cotton, kind of, with the whole situation, she's like, I just don't have it in me to deal with it. Yeah. So I guess it makes more sense.
About it,
but she really should have hooked him up with that Diane Sawyer. Well, let's move on.
So the police, her guards, arrest him, and at the police station, they're starting to like question Cotton and stuff. And Sid finds out about Randy dying, and she's like, "Oh man, I should call his mom." Another reference to like a mother in this. And Dewey's like, "Oh no, we already got it. Like, don't worry about it." But they have nothing on Cotton, so they release him. And as Gale leaves the station, she blows up on Debbie Salt, and this is the line where they're like, "Ouch, ow, ouch." Yeah.
Listen, local woman.
I love it. She calls her local
and she's
woman.
Like, I'm sorry, it was a bad time, and she just walks off.
Yeah,
Debbie Salt.
I'm going back to Roseanne.
She's like, Roseanne never treated me like this.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe in the early years.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Debbie Salt. Hello, Aunt Becky. So Joel,
which Becky do we have this week?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh wait, no, Aunt Jackie. That's
Jackie,
right. Aunt
yeah.
Jackie. So Joel quits. Who's the cameraman? He shows up. He's like, "Yeah, my van's a crime scene now. So thanks for that."
See, yeah, like, wouldn't want to be.
He asked Wes, like, Wes Craven's like, "How are you just gonna leave?" He's like, "Cab."
Yeah, because like they're like, because they were talking about it, and they're like, because Joel was supposed to die originally, because he didn't even have a death scene in the original script. His body just popped out at the end. So they're like, what are we gonna do with you? And he's like, why don't I just leave? And Wes was like, that's a great idea. So they like wrote it into him just like leaving.
It's very
sensible. Really great. Yeah,
one of the smartest people in.
And
he's the most likable character.
And I do love that he's a black man doing that as well. And I do like in general that this movie does have a lot more POC characters.
That was the thing too, because the first one people were saying there's no black character. So in this one they have the two. They have Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps. The cliche of the black guy always dies first, and then they have Hallie, and then they have Dwayne Martin who plays Joel. So like it is great, and they all have like different like roles, and he like just straight up leaves.
He can survive,
And one of the best, smartest characters in a horror film.
He was actually supposed to come back in Scream 3 originally as her cameraman, but they like kiboshed it.
Oh, really?
Shame. It would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Is he signed on for Scream 7 or no?
God only knows. They've been setting up
everybody's
everyone
coming
and
back at this
everything
point,
in
yeah.
Screen 7.
I would love if he came back.
Honestly, you know who I really want to see come back? I want to see the 2 girls from the bathroom scene in the first one.
Oh my god.
Oh, those bitches.
I would
Yeah.
They should be the opening death, and they should not even give them names. It should just be the bathroom girls 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You are pathetic.
You are pathetic.
Doesn't one of them follow us?
Oh yeah, Nancy and Ritter.
Nancy and Ryder and Lenore Scarfalo or something like that.
The one follows frequels.
Yeah.
Nancy Ann, if you're out there, get on it and be you and Lenore. You got to be the opening kills of Scream 7. Come on, girl. I know you could do it.
Yeah. She follows us on frequels. Yeah.
I want them back so bad. That'd be such a deep
God,
Hey,
that's so
I'll tell you what. I'll
great.
make a deal with you actresses. If you agree to be in the movie, Justin will wear a T-shirt with your faces on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll get a T-shirt with you guys on it.
Be the first one to buy it.
Yeah. Samesies.
Jump in.
So, Dewey and Gale team up to find Ghostface, and they start to check all the footage that was
I
on
love
Joel's
that
camera.
scene too, because
It
they
is
finally they break down to this is what we both really want to just find who's doing this.
I like
And,
that Gail's voice is dramatically softer with Dewey.
Or Dewey.
Yes.
Oh my god.
She doesn't talk to him like the way that she talks to every other character in these movies.
Yeah.
It's like she feels like he gets her or something.
Because
was 24
Dewey's
for
that
a whole year.
beacon. He's just that beacon of very light and stuff like that. He's very understanding of a person.
He was like the heart of
He
the
is the
soul,
heart.
heart and soul of the Scream franchise.
Yeah, good thing they killed him off
Yeah.
in a stupid way.
Oh, the
Yeah.
stupidest way, yeah.
Why wasn't he? If you're gonna fucking kill him, I'm not staying on this. If you're gonna kill him, fucking kill him having him save Gale.
Yes.
Or Sid.
Yes.
Like, don't just have him be like, hey, I saved everybody. Well, I guess I'm going to go back and push my luck.
Yeah, no,
That was stupid.
No,
And he
yeah.
empties his gun out on the way over. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this, his first Scream movie? That's not Dewey Riley. That's stupid.
Is that?
It's like these people don't understand the characters or something, but move on.
Yeah, so they find a VCR in one of the classrooms, and they both apologize to each other, right? Like, he apologizes, like, okay, I was a little harsh when I said you're a mediocre writer.
I would take that apology.
Yeah, right? And then and she's like, I apologize for saying all that stuff in the book. And then they kiss, and it's like a great
I love them so much.
Dewey theme playing and stuff. And
But it turns into like a boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Wow.
When I'm hot on the trail of a serial killer, I want to bang a man.
yeah. He's like, Ghostface is like, I could just wait.
I'm gonna come back.
I'll just wait.
I'll be back.
I'll give him a couple minutes. So as they're kissing, we see Ghostface. His footage starts to come through.
It's like a movie he made. He's
Yeah.
like, what do you guys think?
I'm a film student too.
I like these shots.
I don't think it's very good, Ghostface. Oh, I'm coming down there.
Oh,
I don't take criticism well.
Why yada. So when
And Dewey has his hand on her boob still.
oh, I love that. She's like, no, Dewey.
No, Dewey.
Yeah.
He's like,
Focus.
And then he acts like it was an accident. He's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got caught up in the moment. Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry. I was 24 for a whole year. So when Dewey goes to check, he goes upstairs to check. Gale gets attacked from behind by Ghostface and chased into the sound room.
Which
And this
is
whole
the
scene
greatest
is
I
moment in
love-
this movie
That
for
has to
me.
be my
Yeah.
favorite chase scene
Yeah,
out of
it's a
all the
great
Scream
chase
movies,
scene, yeah.
honestly.
So goddamn good.
So
Yeah.
good. And with the use of the booth too, and they can't hear.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah,
like
the
that, the
soundproof
silence
glass.
is
Yes.
so effective.
Yes.
Yeah. And eventually, like, Dewey comes into the room
It gets
and
stabbed 3,000
stabbed-
times.
I love that he steps in like pizza. He's like, oh, man.
no.
like,
Yeah, I was.
Oh man, my day can't get much worse than this.
yeah.
Just had my hand on a boob, and now I have my foot in pizza.
That's the life of Dewey Riley.
A day in the life of Dewey Riley. So as he's like looking down, that's when Ghostface comes from behind and stabs him 3 times.
I love Gale just turning and looking at him, and there's just like that.
Trying to-
Nothing you can do to stop
She
it.
feels so
Yeah.
helpless, and she portrays it like again. Courtney
Beautiful.
Cox is just so good.
And just
This
like
is
the
Courtney Cox's
slow,
movie.
Oh, I just got
Yes.
chills.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chills.
And the slow, like, you feel like Dewey's,
Yeah.
you know, like him descending and
yeah,
like losing life.
and you
like,
and you think that's it because like
yeah.
he can't get away with this twice.
Yeah.
I like that line in the 5th one when she's like yelling at the killer, and she's like, "You killed my best friend" or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like that's the only line that felt like it really like.
They're the only part of the fifth one that I like, because when they would get together, they even said it was like therapy for them.
Yeah.
To kind of get out everything they've had against each other, because they've been together and broke up in real life as well.
Married and everything, yeah.
And they stay good friends now, which they just feel so sweet.
I love it.
I love them.
I love them. So meanwhile, Sid has one last moment with Derek before the two
Thank
detectives.
God.
Yeah. What do you mean, thank God?
When he gives another fucking weird ass stare when she gets into the car.
Yeah, the two detectives drive
What is in his mind? Because we know he ain't one of the killers, so what is he thinking?
He's like, I'm just gonna be a good boyfriend.
No, that isn't a good boyfriend face.
He's like,
That's bad boyfriend face. Bad.
I'm just gonna wait it out.
That's the only face I know.
I'm gonna think of another
Becca,
song
I'm serious,
to sing.
Becca. I will help you.
No one can help you.
He's just trying to figure out what song he wants to sing next.
Like, what song should I do next?
Yeah.
But the bodies.
Sid's like, nah.
Pull out the Soundgarden.
Too soon?
Too soon? I don't know about that, buddy. So her and Holly go to the safe house, and the detectives are going to drive them there. But on the way, we see where they're attacked by Ghostface.
Wait, real quick. At one point, she asked them, like, where are we going? And he's like, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. I want his partner just to look at him like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
the fuck
Well,
was
then he
that
says,
about?
"Don't ask, don't tell." Like, what? What?
No. Back up a little bit. Like if I told you, I'd have to kill you. And it's just like, do you know why we're watching this
you
girl?
Know, yeah.
Like,
Do you know why we're her security detail?
do you know what tact is, sir?
It's called tact.
Fuck right.
Yeah. So,
I was like laughing about that because I was just kind of like, I wanted to just go, yeah, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I did not mean that.
Oh my
Was it
God,
the
you're
right
all-
time?
To just drive in awkward silence for 5 minutes until
normally-
Ghostface shows up.
I forgot that your life is just a trail of blood and body parts. I'm so
Everyone you
sorry.
love is dead besides your dad. I'm so sorry.
Your dad could be dead. We don't know.
We don't know.
normally I'm a riot with everybody.
Around the office, I'm like the funny
Every
guy.
other witness protection person I took care of, they love that. It kills them.
Love that line.
I'm the Chandler Bing of the station.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the only one that isn't mentioned, because
I know.
Jennifer Aniston gets mentioned too.
Yeah, that's right. Because of the fake nudes, and she's like, "Yeah, it was Jennifer
Fake
Aniston's
news.
body." Fake news. So Sid and her Holly, they get attacked by Ghostface, and Ghostface kills one cop instantly, like slices like throat.
Classic.
And then he jumps in the car, right? And the other one,
It's so fantastic. That's so scary too, because you can't get out of that fucking car.
yeah, because it's like
a cop
police
car.
Yeah. And so they're stuck in the back, and Ghostface takes the wheel, and he's like, "I got
Jesus,
this.
take the wheel.
Me and Jesus got Ghostface, take the wheel." And the other cop jumps on the front, and he's just like trying to
I love it.
ride it out, right? And
Yeah.
eventually
Death
Ghostface crashes into this construction site where a pole literally goes through the back of that detective's head,
Best kill of the movie.
and it's like rough because he's still breathing.
Twitching
And
shit.
also, he was a
Yeah.
private eye.
Private eye.
They're watching you. Not anymore.
Not anymore. He's like, I'm gonna be one private eye from here on out. But no, they crash and Ghostface is knocked out. So
What if he died in that scene? The movie's over. Like, hey, this problem solved itself.
there's one down.
Oh, there's no more killers? Just one?
That was it.
Wow, it was a walk in the park.
I can't
was
stop
easy.
giving people in Scream 7 ideas.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
See, these are good ideas. They need
Yeah.
them.
They do. So boom, like this guy dies, and so Sid has to crawl out. So she kind of like peels back the like fencing or cage of like the car, and climbs through, and she has to climb over Ghostface. And
Did you like when she climbed through the cage and she's in like the passenger seat?
Yeah.
And there's clearly a wall that's like not going to allow the door to open, but she still tries.
Yeah, she's like, you know what?
Well, yeah, because you don't want to climb over Ghostface.
I know, but like, what did you think was going to happen? She's just kind of like,
it's just desperation.
And like the whole cement wall just fell over. She's like,
that was
how
easy.
convenient.
There's like the Scream 2 crew behind it. They're just like
Wes
Danishes.
Wes smoking a cigarette.
Oh shit! Wes Craven's like, guys, we just ran out of money. We have to use this. There's nothing.
That's the only shot we got.
Patrick, cut around this.
So she has to crawl over the lap of Ghostface and out the window. And I love, at one point she goes to reach for the mask, and her arm hits like the horn, and she's like, "Oh shit, okay."
I've done that so many times when I'm like driving home
Trying
and I
to
just
mask
get
a killer.
Yeah, I'm like parking my car and I pull my purse over and just slam onto the horn and wake everyone up in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
That's what it felt. That's what it felt like with the mask killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a fool not to. You have
if
to
I have like my bag in the passenger seat and I like go to get out of the car, I do it all the time.
All the time.
It's like, and I'm like, oh damn it!
It's like 3 a.m. every time.
You're like, shit, goddamn. So as she climbs out, and then she's like, okay, it's your turn, and she's like,
Hallie would be me.
Yeah,
like, fuck you, I'm not getting out of this car.
Yeah, no,
I will die of starvation before I get out of this car.
Can't get me here. I should be okay.
Sid, can you just grab something?
I'm gonna pull back this partition and just wait it out.
Hey, Sid, I got a crazy idea. We're on a construction site right now, right? Grab something and smash
Break
this window.
the window. Yes.
Yeah.
No, you have to go through the same terror I just went through.
Use that pipe from that guy. I do like how she's like, oh, the pipe in his eye.
Yeah.
Like she like actually.
What if the guy was like
She
pleading for her to
reacts-
help?
She reacts
Yeah.
so rude. Yeah.
Sid, no! I think I'll be okay. I ain't gonna win any beauty contest, but I'll be okay.
I'm gonna be alright.
Where you going?
I think I lost my amygdala. It's fine.
I don't remember math no more.
But I should be okay.
I'll be okay.
I remember every episode of MASH, but I don't remember math.
But I don't remember colors.
Oh no, colors are lost on me now.
But I'll
I have
be
to
okay.
manually breathe.
Wait, I think I'm dying.
Nope, it's just gas.
Oh my gosh. So they climb out of the car and they make a run for it.
It would
a
have
little
been funny
bit.
if she pulled like Hallie out of the car and only like her torso came out.
Yeah, she's like, oh no.
Oops.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize a pipe went through you too.
She's like, I'm okay.
What's up with these pipes?
Just dragging herself.
What is this, fucking Mario Brothers?
This is Final Destination 2.
What's up with all these pipes? Why are they doing this?
Ghostface goes down one.
So as they make a run for it, we see where her and Holly they reach like the end of like the block, right? And we see where Sid is kind of like, I gotta go back. I gotta see.
Because she wants to. She's like, I don't want to run anymore.
Yeah.
She's officially had an arc.
Right. And she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna rip the mask off. See who this is.
Just take a little peek.
Just take a look. Right? I'm gonna see what's happening.
I would have done that, honestly. Like,
I feel like I would have.
first thing.
I would have done it as Holly just
As
got
soon as
out.
she
and
got
grabbed
Yeah,
the
no,
camera.
yeah, I would not have
Yeah.
waited like 10 minutes
Like, oh,
and hopes
it was
he's still
Mickey.
there.
And Hallie's like, come on, we're not stupid people. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sydney's like, no, I have to go back and see.
No,
I don't want to keep running.
I would have
Yeah.
killed it for her to pull the mask off, and then there's just like another Scream mask underneath it. Just keep pulling it
That
off.
Sting, like that with Sting from wrestling, where he just takes off the Sting mask and it's another Sting mask.
Yeah, it's just, she just got you to see her keep like pulling them off and throwing them over her
Russian nesting
shoulder.
dolls. It's like, why are they getting smaller? Why are they getting larger now?
Strangle him or something. You're right there.
I know.
Strangle
I
him.
feel like
she
Or-
killed Billy in the
or
first
she
one.
sh-
She got it in her.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cop
Or-
still has a gun. I'm sure the
Yeah,
pipe
he
didn't
was
go through
holding
that.
the gun when he was
Right.
twitching and dying.
Yeah.
What if she tried to pull the mask off? He's like, "That's my face.
That's actually my
That's
face.
just what I look
It
like."
is just a man from Long Island who looks really weird.
Oh, jeez.
Like long legs.
I was
Yeah.
born without bones in my jaw.
And a have no teeth.
They squeezed me when I came out.
You'd kill people too if you was me.
You look like this when you kill people.
I had a pigeon sit in my mouth the other day.
God, you just don't get it, Sid. So Cotton, so Sid goes to rip off the mask, right? And so she runs back, and then she realizes the killer's not there.
Of course.
In the front seat. And that's when she looks back at Holly, and she's like, what's wrong? Is everything okay?
All this negative space around me won't lead to anything bad.
It's so obvious.
Here it comes.
What's happening?
And I remember seeing that for the first time going, holy shit. Like, because when he popped out, right, I was like, not expecting that. I'm expecting him to still be in the car. So when I'm like, oh shit, where'd he go? Like, I'm thinking he's around the car still. And so when he popped out and killed Haley, I was like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe it. Holly. I can't believe that. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Poor Hallie.
Yeah.
She was, trying to be a ride or die for Sid and hang
She had
with
a
her
bob
and-
too.
Yeah, she had a bob.
She
She
ride and
bobs.
died.
She
She
ride
ride
and died
and
for
died.
Sid. I feel like her death is the one death that's actually kind of Sydney's fault, because if they just left,
Yeah,
she would have
she would
died.
have lived. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that scene, actually, originally, Kevin Williamson had that whole car scene planned to be in I Know What You Did Last Summer for Helen, but the director of that movie was like, this isn't scary. So he took the scene to Wes.
That's
He's
so
like, is
scary.
this
It's
scary?
so
And Wes is like,
scary.
yeah, we could do this. So they put it in Scream 2 instead.
Wow.
They're
That's
just
crazy.
crawling over. Oh, that's
Yeah.
ugh, it gives
Weirdly
me the
enough, that
chills.
director wasn't asked to come back for 2.
Yeah.
He gave all their best gags away.
Give it
Hey,
all
with
away.
the Wes Craven?
But then we see where Gail runs into Cotton.
And he looks bad.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him.
He's just covered in blood.
He's like, I got...
so I interview.
yeah.
I know I'm looking like Lady Macbeth right now.
Yeah. His hands are covered in blood. He has a typical 90s fashion of a black t-shirt tucked into his blue jeans, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
With the belt. And I'm
Belt.
like, typical 90s.
90s.
But he's
Classic Schreiber.
like, oh my God, look at this.
Shriver.
She's like, oh, you
Classic
look...
Shriver.
Yeah, classic driver. But Gail's like, oh shit, you did it. So she runs out, calls the cops. She's like, what? He just stands there like,
Yeah, like I'm being accused again.
What did I do? How
I
did that
can't,
happen?
I
I
can't
was just
defend
doing
this.
Shakespeare
I tried
in the
to-
I
parking
can't
lot.
defend this. It's like,
What am I gonna
yeah, this looks bad.
I get it.
I get it.
I
do?
get
I
it.
just was looking for a Band-Aid, Gail. Sorry, I cut myself.
Ah, boy.
But he
It's
finds
just
Dewey and then
ketchup.
leaves him there too. He finds Dewey, does shit
He's like,
all
I
about
tried to
it.
help Dewey.
With
Yeah.
what? Were you just dipping your hands in his wounds?
I was
I
trying to
just wanted to know what it felt like. Everyone accused me of doing it. I wanted to know what it actually
I wanted to
felt
watch
like.
the light go from a man's eyes.
It was kind of hot.
I was just trying to piece them back together.
Let's taping them back together.
He tried to use
Maybe
the
he
pizza.
saved Dewey's life though.
I was gonna
He could've
say
if he
maybe that
staunched
could have
the
been
blood,
a line
yeah.
of dialogue in it. Like he would have. Dewey Riley certainly would have died if Cotton Weary hadn't come over and randomly played with his
Touched
body.
him. Yeah.
Played with his blood.
He's laughing at it.
You went to medical school for certain.
For sure.
That's the first thing you do. If the body is, if they have a pulse, you play with their blood.
Exactly.
I think that was a Mr. Rogers episode they talked
Yeah,
about.
I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to be my neighbor and play with some blood? Remember all the puppets? They were
Yeah.
like dipping in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
just
are
covered in it. Yeah.
So Gail runs outside. She runs into Debbie Salt and she calls the cops. She's like, "Get the cops here as soon as you can."
Gail, I was in the middle of a story.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I was in the middle of a story," and then I love how she's like, "Cotton Weary."
Yes. She's like
Weary.
on the phone. She's like, "It's Cotton fucking Weary." I just wanted the voice to go, "Who?
Oh, what?
Who? I don't
Cotton
follow this
Swall.
Who
story."
is this?
Is that his real middle name?
Cotton?
Fucking weird.
Who names their fucking kid Cotton?
Weird.
Is that a real name?
Weary? What the?
This guy sounds like a criminal.
Sounds like he's like a
sounds like
sex novel.
It's actually a great name for like
He
a
sounds like
serial
he could be in
killer.
like Blood Meridian or something, like
Yeah.
some old school
Yeah.
Western type thing.
one of those weirdly sexual novels your mom read.
Oh yeah.
And then in walked Cotton Weary,
There goes
Court
that
of
cotton
Thorn and
hair.
Big
Roses.
Dick Cotton Weary
known for his big dick,
and playing with blood.
And playing with blood.
playing with blood.
He's
He's like, oh, it's like pain in my face.
Yeah, like it's all around his mouth. I wasn't doing anything.
I just want to see what it tasted like.
You just touched my face a lot. I don't want to tell you.
I never saw that much blood in my life, so I just
rolled around in it.
You know, don't knock it till you try it.
So then when you see where Sid returns to campus, she's running back and she hears music coming from the theater, so she decides to run to the theater. And as she does, we see where poor Derek is lowered down.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about him getting captured.
So he gets kidnapped by his frat for like the letters thing.
And Rebecca Gayheart and Portia de Rossi like, yeah, murder! They're so fucking excited.
I feel like we were robbed of them not getting a death scene. We deserve that.
Yeah.
Or for them to be the killers too, or something. There was like a subplot going on with those two.
We're in on it.
We're like, sure, like, and we think Mickey's super hot. So we're just,
some people think I'm a leader, but I'm really a follower.
But Derek gets kidnapped. They all have this party. I kind of skipped over.
They pour beer down his pants for no
reason.
They
pour beer all over him, and
his penis was drunk the whole time. Penis was just like stumbling around.
Oh god!
I don't know what it wants to do.
What do you want me to do now? You want me to piss? I don't know what to do with it.
No.
But they throw this huge party, and you can tell when Sid runs up to the stage that they had this huge party because there's one
like
beer
a bra.
bottle and one. Yeah, there's like a bra, a shirt, one beer
it's
bottle.
His shirt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I don't know whose bra it is.
Yeah,
it was
his bra.
It was actually his.
It's like one red Solo cup and one like beer bottle.
Cool
and
party.
You're like, oh man, they really went off the hook.
What a rager.
It looked way worse before.
Also, if someone raged on my theater set, I would go out and murder all of them.
Know,
the night before the show.
Well,
are you fucking kidding me?
One of the theater kids was like, okay guys, we gotta make sure we were not here. Like, we have to clean everything up.
Yeah.
We know that theater
party,
kid. We know that theater kid.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as she gets there, we see Derek is lowered down. And that's when it's revealed that Mickey is the first killer. And he shoots Derek in the chest. And I love the reaction that Sid has, where she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and tries
it's like immediate regret.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he goads her into thinking that it's him being partners with Mickey.
He fucks with her.
He mentally fucks with her, and like
he's just like, oh,
that disappeared on me all night.
Yeah,
you're my partner, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
Fully knowing that he was going to shoot her,
History
which I completely
itself.
forgot that. I thought the first time Ghostface had a shotgun was in the New York, the 6th one.
Yeah.
But he has a gun in this too. I completely.
There's always guns in these movies,
right?
Because like I know they're fucking around with a gun at the end. This is Gail Weathers signing off. Like they're in the movies, but Ghostface having a shotgun was just a little more startling. Because he looked. I don't know.
Pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing from that 6th movie that I'm like was kind of interesting. I'm like,
and they gave it away in the trailer too.
Yeah. So I know. I wish they reserved that because you would have been like, "What the?"
It's like the same thing with Smile. They gave away like the biggest scare of Smile in the trailer. Like, why would you ruin that?
It didn't make you smile. That's
no.
See Smile 2. It's better.
Okay, well,
it's so good. It's really good. But
Smile 2, the second story.
He shoots Derek in the chest, and I love how she kind of like puts her hand like to stop the blood. It's so sad. Nev Campbell crushes it. She's so good. So freaking good.
She does these final scenes so well.
Yeah. She like really turns up the acting and throughout the whole movie she's great, but
she's probably the most serious character.
Yeah.
Out of everyone, because everyone's kind of like Randy's definitely a fucking goof.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like even up to his death, he's making fucking jokes, which I would too.
But there was actually a lot of deleted scenes of her being like a prankster. She'd like put like a whoopee cushion under people's. That was her thing.
Yeah.
That was in the original movie.
When Cotton grabs her, she just gives him like a handshake with a shock thing in her hand.
Hand buzzer.
Come on,
you want some gum?
When she's climbing over in the car with Ghostface, she pulls out like a water gun and is like,
sprays in his face.
She just farts in his face. Safety.
Gives him pink eye.
Yeah. Safety.
What am I supposed to do with all these chattering teeth? She starts throwing them at Ghostface.
It's like, oh no, my only weakness.
People watching this movie in the theater are like, does anyone else think this sucks?
I'm glad Wes made the choice to cut those out.
Yeah. There's a whole gag reel of sorts. But go on.
But yeah, so Mickey reveals he's all in it for the fame. He wants it to go to trial, kind of have like an O.J. Simpson kind of thing
He
happening.
wants to get caught.
And blame it on the movies. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to blame it on the movies, but I'm going to have like that like fame of being famous for being on trial.
Even like as you're like listening to him, you're like, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And then thankfully Debbie Salt calls it out for being stupid. Otherwise that would have just been like...
I think that's a product of them losing like their first 2 scripts to the internet, basically.
Sure.
Like that got fucked. That fucked them over so much. Especially, I would have been so pissed off if I was Kevin Williamson. I have this all perfect. I know exactly what this is gonna be. Yeah. Someone already puts it online.
You know what? As many leaks as it had, it's crazy how great this movie still is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I would argue that like the movie for like the first 2 acts is really solid.
Yeah.
This is where the movie kind of falls apart.
Okay,
it's just with Mickey,
Yeah.
No, I mean just the whole thing where it's like for whatever reason everybody cannot leave that stage.
Yeah.
No one can make a run for it.
Using the set as like ways to hurt her too. Yeah. Like the foam blocks are gonna kill her.
It's just like I remember
those lights would have killed her.
Yeah.
Even seeing this in the theater, like when I was a kid, I'm like, this doesn't work with the rest of the movie in my opinion. But like when I was watching it the other night, I was like, okay, it kind of grew on me a little bit, but also was kind of a problem. It's very obvious that Mickey wasn't the original choice to be a killer. So I remember sitting in the theater when I was 12, and I'm like, "Who's that guy?"
Well, yeah, because after the dancing part in the cafeteria, he's gone for the rest of the movie.
Timon from fucking Lion King.
I can see what's happening.
Now fall in love, and here's the bottom line.
Jerry O'Connell's pretty cool.
No.
Well, because Mickey's original death, he was the one that he didn't get chained up in the theater, though. He was tied to a tree, and Sydney, when she was running back to the campus, saw him, and Hallie had to come, like, unlock him or whatever, and she was trying to, like, break the lock, and then the ghost face came, and, like, they were getting attacked, and then he, like, saved Sydney, Mickey, and then the 2 Ghostface came out, and it was kind of like with Chad, they were both stabbing him to death, and Sydney knew, like, there was the 2 killers. That was, like, and then they changed, because then Hallie and Derek were the killers with Mrs. Loomis. And they're like, guess it'll be Mickey. We'll just have him be the killer.
I mean, he does so well.
He does
like, Timothy Olyphant just gives, like, again, Nicolas Cage is it. He just, like...
I love his face.
It's fucking
when, like,
mother!
Billy's mother! No, I love his face, too, and, like, she's, like... her and Derek are having their moment when he's dying, and his face is, like...
Yeah,
he's,
like
doing like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
Like his like face is like waiting for it to be over so he can say what he wants. He's like, I'll let them have this moment, but come on, hurry it up.
Bury the dead.
Again, there's a few theater kids I could definitely see doing this.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
come on.
He's the kind of guy I'd want to come to mom if you had a mom.
If you had a mom.
Yeah,
That line
he's
did
so
kind of
funny.
He's such a bitch.
He is a bitch.
And we find out the other killer is Mrs. Loomis. Because she comes in with Gail.
Yeah.
And I love how the door opens at first.
And you think it's Gail.
And Sid's like, Gail? And she's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, fucking kidding me right now?
Like, the best part of that is that then you come to find out that, oh my god, she didn't see Sydney has not seen Deb this entire movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she would have known it was Mrs. Loomis immediately.
Yeah.
That like dawns on you like, holy shit.
Yeah.
The argument could be made that I don't for a second believe that Gail Weathers wouldn't recognize her. I'm just saying.
That's true.
They're like, oh, we got a lot of work done, lost some weight.
She does
like,
say when they first meet, she's like, "Do I know you? You look familiar." And she said, "I went to one of your seminars. I was the one asking all the questions." So they do kind of address it in the beginning.
Does she say that? Like, I don't recall her saying that you look familiar.
She said something
said,
like,
"Oh, I
look
recognize
familiar."
you," or
Yeah.
something like
But
that.
she meant that in like a condescending way.
No, I think it was like she did recognize her.
She was trying to play it off, like, oh, okay.
Because I feel like Deb also made like this is the long run for her.
Yeah.
I think she did go to those seminars and was a pain in the ass the entire time, knowing Gail just would kind of like brush her off.
Yeah.
It's just,
and maybe
still,
she did change
it's
her
still
appearance.
one of those things where you look at it and you're like, Gail's like, oh, what's on the chalkboard? They're trying to replicate the murders in the first one.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I guess your face completely changed.
Yeah.
60 pounds and a lot of work done later.
What did she
do?
She got a haircut, lost some weight.
She didn't get a bob though. She got a pixie.
She got a pixie. Yeah. She's like, I'll have a pixie in this movie.
Yeah.
I'll suspend my disbelief.
I'm getting a pixie.
Maybe I don't know.
Gail's just really bad with faces.
She's face blind, maybe.
But I just feel like she was probably spent a lot of time looking at photos and studying like Billy's life and Sid's
Well, again,
life.
Dewey says she's a mediocre writer. She might not have done her research.
Yeah. She has eyes, though.
That is fair.
She doesn't write with her eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe there were not great quality pictures.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. It's probably Polaroid.
We're really trying to hard sell you on
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I call bullshit, but it's fine.
I
will suspend my disbelief.
I could see it, but they try to address it a little bit.
Yeah. So we immediately see where Mrs. Looney.
Mrs. Looney?
Sydney's like, Looney, it was you the whole time.
She's just squirting body deodorant all over the place.
Mrs. Looney?
For your crack?
Looney.
I knew it should have been the character
Loomis,
named
the
Mrs.
original
Looney.
lady.
How did I not guess?
She smells like nothing.
Yeah.
She's odorless.
She's an odorless lady. No, so Mrs. Loomis immediately shoots Mickey. Mickey's in it for the fame. We find out she's just in it for straight up revenge.
Good old fashioned
I love it.
She
love it.
chews the
And
scenery.
I love how she gets like so crazier as it continues. Like she starts off kind of okay, and then by the end she's full-eyed like nuts.
Yeah, when she's going after her with a knife.
Well, she like Sid's throwing it at her though, because she's like, "You abandoned him," and she's like, "Oh, fuck, you got a point." I think that's
always blame the mother.
I think that's the line.
Yeah.
I like how she shoots Timothy
Mickey.
Elephant, Mickey,
Yeah.
and then as he's going down, he takes a shot and it hits Gail.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I guess Gail's down, but we just need her out of the movie for right now because too many characters.
She just fuck off. She just dies, like slowly bleeding out on the ground.
I like how when Cotton at the very end, he's just got, is anyone else down there?
Yeah. He's so good.
I know, he's really funny.
He's so especially the scene. He's so unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we have the scene where Sid and Mrs. Loomis kind of have like this weird stage fiasco kind of thing. And I do...
When she's shaking the fucking thunder thing,
Yeah.
like, please stop.
I did see Mrs. Loomis go, what the fuck was that?
At that time, Mrs. Loomis just runs out the door. She's like,
Theater
I hate
magic.
thunder.
Theater magic. Yeah.
My only weakness.
Thunder! No!
Thunder and foam bricks.
But yeah, it's a little ridiculous. But then we see where Cotton shows up, and he kind of saves the day, and he secures that Diane Sawyer interview. He's like, "Hey, that's looking pretty good right now, right?"
Such a fucking freak.
Hey, that's looking pretty good. Right?
I like her, like, consider it done.
Yeah,
I like two
I like how
It's a
he's
really
like,
good delivery.
Consider
looking
it
back
done.
and forth.
When he comes out and then she's like, "This is Billy Loomis's mom," and Nancy Loomis just kind of like, as she like has Sydney with this knife, she's like hiding behind her. She's like, "Just let me kill her," and then she goes behind Sydney like hiding. Like she's so funny.
It's like,
have this, let me
hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
And he's like, "And who's that? The other killer?"
He's
Yeah.
like,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
This poor man, he takes in so much all at once, and he's just like, he goes with it.
Yeah.
He's a go with the flow. Yeah.
I know.
go with Flo the cat.
I love Cotton. So he shows up, secures that interview, and kills Debbie Salt. He takes a shot, kills Salt, and you're not sure at first because it looks like, you know, the way Sid and she falls to the ground, you're not sure if he shot Sid or not. Because there's like a little bit of blood on Sid's forehead, you're like, did he shoot her? But turns out he shot Debbie Salt and saves the day. And that's when we see where, you know, Gail Weathers pops
Hiding
up.
in the foot of the stage
Yeah.
the entire time.
And
She's just waiting for this to be over.
she's like, oh, good. Okay, I'll pop out now. And so,
Fucking Sydney, Jesus.
they pick it up. And I love that, you know, they shoot Mrs. Loomis in the head. Like, well, Sid shoots her in the head just in case. But that's
She's like, not my Oh, I already said that.
I can't see that.
I need a new
Don't
one-liner.
fuck with the... no. Let's say that
that one,
later.
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
use that
fucking
one.
killed Billy Loomis.
I'm gonna have that one. I'm gonna have that line in the holster.
Yeah.
What can I say? Not my movie again.
Again. I don't know. Just in case. Whatever.
Part 2.
Not in my sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That would have been it. That would have been the money shot.
And we see Mickey pops up once more, and that's
One
when
last
Gail...
Gets shot to a fucking oblivion.
Yeah, they're just like lay into him. It's like... Ed
he falls
209.
back, yeah.
Super dramatic. It's
You
so
know,
funny.
they call him the freaky Tarantino film student, and boy, does he live up to his name.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's totally Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
That scene when they're just like, they look at each other and then just shoot the guy on the couch.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yeah.
like
Oh, and what
straight
does
Pulp
Cotton
Fiction.
say after that? He's like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus,
Or something.
yeah.
Like, whoa! Yeah. It's so funny.
Remember when movies were fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lectures.
But it ends with Dewey being alive and
Oh,
getting
and I
carted
love that
away.
part. And I love when she hops into the ambulance
Yeah,
and he's
she's
like,
like, "I'm coming with you."
"Oh," you just hear him.
Yeah.
up
He's kind of like, he's like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, like,
Oh.
He's like saying all this funny shit to her. He's like, hey, buddy.
yeah. And as the ambulance is driving away, we see, Cotton gets his moment where Sid is like, I'm not the hero. He actually saved me.
And that's
saved everybody.
beautifully resolved, I think.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
That was really well tied together at the end.
and like he like kind of gives her that look because he's like kind of wandering along. He's like, no one's gonna want to talk to me.
No one wants to talk to a convicted serial
She's
killer
like-
kicking rocks.
He's like, oh yeah, thanks for doing that for me, Sid. And she's like, yeah, for you. Oops.
She puts on like a hat and sunglasses and
Yeah.
walks away.
She's like, I'm gonna go.
And then goes to the canyon and never comes back down.
Yeah. We see her in a Jeep in Mexico driving away like Sarah Connor. But no, it's it ends with Cotton getting what he wants and her kind of walking off, not being bothered by anyone. Yeah,
I like I guess the original ending you pull out and there was supposed to be another killer.
Yeah, the ghost face in the tower. They
So-
were gonna have.
Which I think would have been great leading into the third one, because then you would have had just the one killer.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it kind of ties in a little bit with what Roman was saying, that he kind of orchestrated everything. They
Yeah.
should have left that in there, but I get it. They probably just wanted to resolve everything because
Well, Williamson didn't want to write another script, I thought. Like, he was
I
kinda
know
done
that he
after
was
that.
going to do a
Like a
trilogy.
cult thing.
He had
Yeah.
the outline of Scream 3. Like, he had, like, certain things, but then, like, he was too busy with Dawson's
Yeah, I was
Creek.
in Dawson Creek, and he did I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
and,
so
He was a hot
couple
writer.
other
He was
things. He was
teaching
doing a lot of
Mrs.
stuff.
Tingle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that he was doing that at that time, too.
Oh, yeah, movie rocks.
yeah.
I learned what irony meant from that movie. So anyway,
Never looked back.
changed my life. But
Yeah, and so that's where the movie ends. And so let's get into. I love this movie. It's my favorite horror sequel. Like definitely for Scream, it's my favorite sequel. I think it's a solid movie. All the acting's great. The look of the movie, the soundtrack's amazing. One of my favorite soundtracks. And yeah, I love it. How about you, Justin?
No, I love it too. I think it's, like, I agree. It's my favorite sequel of the Scream franchise. And I feel like the first two movies just fit together so well because it is the team of Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson. And, like, it just feels like they fit in the same universe. Like, I love Scream 3, but it's definitely got more of a goofy, campy vibe. And Scream 4, like, I like Scream 4 too, but there's, like, it just has a different vibe. And I feel like they both came out within a year of each other. And it feels like a whole story. So I just feel like, it's great. Wes Craven's great. The cast is great. It's just an all-around fabulous movie.
Yeah. Marnie?
I feel the same way. Like, it's kind of like Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. They just kind of fit together so very well.
Snugly.
Yeah, very snugly. And then this does that as well. Like, we don't really know what the time period is between the first Woodsboro murders and after that, but it's still, and like there's so many iconic scenes. Like that first scene with Jada Pinkett is it's iconic for a reason. I still remember seeing her dying on stage as a kid, being like, this is the most scary.
yeah.
This is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I like it. I think it's solid.
Yeah, Rory?
like how they have that conversation in the classroom about sequels sucking. This is not one of them.
Yeah.
This is a really, really, really strong horror sequel. And I love the performances. I love how much they develop the characters. And then, and I talk about this a lot when I make fun of the last two. There's such a wonderful energy and like a different type of direction. You know what I mean? Like Wes Craven truly was like a master at this stuff. Like he just understood it. And I also just like the fact that the characters are really I love, like, I guess I'm trying to say, it's like I love the dialogue and I love the way that the characters like read it. It feels very like natural because it is kind of like loaded dialogue in a lot of ways. It's,
No,
you know what I mean?
absolutely,
It's not like just like, oh, we have to go into this room. It's like everyone talks in this really like rhythmic kind of way.
And have like a distinct voice for their characters too.
Yeah.
So like, so like, I mean, the movie, as far as sequels go, as I said before, not in love with the way that it drifts into that third act. It's a little silly, but it's such like a thing where everything prior to it is so strong. Mm-hmm. So I love this movie unapologetically. Yeah. I wish that they maintained this tone and this style, this rhythm.
Yeah.
But so I liked it quite a bit, guys.
I know.
I give it 2 ghost face.
Oh yeah. Let's go into those emojis.
Let's hear those burn ass emojis.
Seriously, what the fuck?
What is happening?
Every single week anymore, I have to keep hearing this stupid thing.
I know.
Are you fucking with me?
No, man. I thought it was you.
I thought it was me too, because I was doing a lot of drugs, and there's blank spots, and I'm like, maybe I'm the one doing this, but
yeah,
he did a bunch of ketamine before he proposed.
I love ketamine.
But
I love ketamine.
This guy, that's him.
Let's do our emojis then.
All right.
Since that weird clip made us.
I'll start us off with okay, so I have a couple blood drops.
Oh, nice.
And a couple hands, and that's for Cotton Weary.
Cool. Nice.
I'll have a big bowl of popcorn for that small popcorn in the beginning. I'll have a ghost for Ghostface and a knife. And curtains, like theater curtains for the ending. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Marnie?
Justin, you took a few of mine. I also had a little ghost, a middle finger to the guys that leaked the script online.
Oh, yeah.
Popcorn as well, and a knife. Silver medal, because it's a great sequel.
Yeah.
And a drama mask.
Ooh, I love that.
And
That's
a phone.
great.
But I mean...
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. And Rory?
I got a screaming face. I got a knife. 2 blood drops, because it's a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And Liev Schreiber's Woof Woof.
Oh, I love that. All right,
Put a
now
heart next to the Woof Woof.
we'll go into our plugs.
It's time for a plug.
Fuck! Fucking thing is back again.
I don't know why it has to haunt me so.
What is that?
I used to live a life where I wasn't haunted by sound clips.
And now?
It's every day.
Every day. All right,
I
let's
think
get
I'm
into
losing my
plugs.
mind.
Justin, let's have you start us off, buddy.
I'm currently stage managing a show at the Diva Theater. It's the first 2 weekends of April. Doc Franklin's Escape from Cambridge. It's an original piece, but it's a lot of fun. It is the first 2 weekends of April, so it's Friday, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2, and then the following weekend it is Thursday, Friday at 7:30, no Saturday, and then Sunday at 2. So you should come check it out. Diva Theater Scranton.
All right. Awesome.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
For this play, could you talk to somebody at the Diva about letting me back in?
I'll try my
What
best, but I
happened,
can't make any promises.
I just did things. And they knew I didn't have remorse.
That's shocking, because a lot of people have done a lot of things at that theater.
Know what I did.
Know what I did. No fucking... yeah. Marnie, you go ahead.
I have a couple of things.
You could pick one. No, I'm kidding.
I do have an author's website. I haven't updated it in a while, so it's a little bit of a mess. It's marnieazzarelli.net. And my short story, The Awakening of Prince Tristan, will be in an anthology called Into the Dread Unknown that's coming out March 11th, I think, but you can pre-order it now off Amazon. It's a part of the anthologies you mentioned in the beginning, like Strange Girls and all that. They're all it's all women in horror anthologies, so they're all written by women and usually have female characters, or like my character is gay in this one, so we like to do like marginalized voices and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
It's a great. I love being in these anthologies.
Yeah.
And also, I'm on the board of Actors Circle, so we're gonna fight it out because Justin's on the board of Diva. Yeah. Actors Circle is like down the street from Diva Theater.
I've been there. I got kicked out of there too.
That is truly shocking, because I've been a witness to many things that would have gotten so many people kicked out of that theater.
Seen what I did.
Oh my
There's
god!
Pictures in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom.
I I put it there.
That's okay.
That's what you see,
That's what I
area.
see.
Yeah.
But we're performing Liz Estrada on March 13th, Thursday, March 13th it opens. It also goes to March 23rd, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Sundays are matinees.
Awesome.
So you can find that on Facebook or actorcircle.com.
And Instagram, too.
And Instagram, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool. I can't wait to check out your anthology, too.
Thank you.
You wrote something for Stephen King's
Yes,
thing, right,
that
too?
was a transgender retelling of Carrie.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of my favorite things that I've written. Not to toot my own horn, but I just really enjoyed writing and researching for that one.
Dude, I love Carrie, so I can't wait to check that out, too.
Read it.
I know. I'm going to read the shit out of that. Rory, how about you, sir?
I would like to plug Raven View Productions.
I'm going to see how long he can go.
Wow. Could have went longer. But it is a film production company with some cool stuff coming at you very shortly, getting ever closer to a fun announcement.
Ooh.
You'll see, guys.
If you ever need
gals.
actors, hey.
I do. I
yeah.
do, and ones that don't press charges.
I'm your girl.
I did things. But, yeah, and it's also the production company that puts a stupid podcast out for you freaks to listen to. So you can check that out. We got Fourth Cut Reviews,
Yeah.
Keyboard Warrior.
Churse Conforti. He's going by Churse now.
Churse?
Yeah.
I'm sure it makes sense.
Yeah, Chirs.
Churse?
Remember when he met Tommy Wiseau? That's how he spelled his name.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so he
okay,
goes
so
by
Churse, Keyboard Warrior, Churse Conforti. You could check out his projects, whatever's going on.
He also
Fourth
sings. He also sings Lin-Manuel Miranda really well.
He does.
He knows all of Hamilton. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he got there with the Fourth Cut. We got Variant Season, my pal Will Perna and his merry band of musicians kicking ass on stages across the area.
Yeah.
And they're doing great work, all original music. And they also have like a Linkin Park tribute band.
Nice.
If I was like a little more prepared, I'd have the name of that band and tell you to look them up, but that's just not the kind of day this is. Gravy Diggers is the pot pie you likely won't survive. And honestly, after that thing shreds your insides up, you wouldn't want to survive.
And the new slogan is YOLO, you only live once, especially if you eat this pie.
Yeah. You live once and die horribly.
Microwave for 2 minutes.
It might make your microwave blow up from what's inside.
Just go to the men's room in Three Jacks, open your mouth, and you'll just get gravy shot into your mouth.
Yeah, that's what it's the gravy hole.
Right.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, it's pretty
That's
good.
what should have happened to Omar Epps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gravy,
A gravy
diggers.
hole, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, that would have been a better
What
movie.
if he's like, what is that sound? And then
It's
he
just
like,
gravy.
Ah, shit.
Dies from gravy.
Yeah.
Schwartz Dreamboat, our local comedian, Chris Schwartz, hilarious man, comedic genius if ever there was
Genius.
one.
Yeah.
A man who's always on. He's
Beautiful.
always on. Beautiful. The sun hits his face
My
a
sun
certain
and
way.
moon.
A
My
bird
moon
lands on his
stars.
shoulder all the time.
Yeah, he's like
He's
Cinderella
graceful. He's like great. Yeah, he's like Cinderella,
of TikTok.
but he's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if Cinderella told jokes.
yeah,
That's what Chris Schwartz is.
had a beautiful beard and some tats.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love his tats.
Me too.
Real Chronicles, friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez. You could look him up under the cinematic reel. You can listen to his podcast, Real Chronicles. They pop up sometimes. They like to really like slum when they bring me on. They're just like, man, isn't it funny this guy doesn't know shit? And they just make fun of me. I know they're my friends, though. It's pretty cool. But you can also find his reviews on RottenTomatoes.com because he's actually like a legit critic. And I read his review for that, what was it, Nikki... it's coming out this weekend.
Oh, Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
Yeah.
He saw it and he says it's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
I read
I wanna see
he
it
wrote
so
a
bad.
really nice review
Yeah.
for it. And then most importantly, guys, we weren't getting away from this show until I shouted out kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue.
Yay.
Quite literally the only rescue that's ever mattered. You know?
Yeah.
Like people that save children, people, fuck that stuff.
Kitties.
Kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue is where it's at. It's still cold outside. It was raining when I got here. I almost lost my life on the road. So that means that you need to start bringing these cats inside, and you gotta give them places to lie down, blankets, food, love. Let them love you. It's a love that you will not experience anywhere else. You think your family loves you?
No.
They're looking for reasons to cut ties with you. There's no love there. But a cat, once they bond with you, they come up to you with their little triangle faces and they just make you feel like, no, today's not the day I'm putting that gun in my mouth. So if you want to find a link to Kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue, I'm just saying right now, go on freakwoolspodcast.com and you click that link and you save yourself a cat. Like I did. My cat, Ella, came from this group and she's just made it so much better to fucking exist on this miserable planet. That's it. Mic drop.
Thanks.
Ouch.
Now I have to pick it up. Fucking bastard.
Dust it off.
No, I really fast. I'll plug Adam Farley's music. Check out Carson's song. He wrote the song about his son. It's my BFF since we were little kids.
The kid's name is Carson, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah. Check out Chris Lou's music. His EP, Songs from the Hallway. That's available on Spotify and iTunes. It's amazing. It has a very Billy Joel kind of sound.
I think Ben Folds 5.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think Vince was really off on that one. I would not compare it to that. No, but then check out Jon Snow, the Metal Messiah.
Metal Messiah, Jon Snow.
He is in the Eastern Tribute Collective.
The best collective
of all time. So you go to their website and you can see any upcoming shows. He is a god on stage.
Loosen your wrist when you see that guy perform.
He's in like 19 different bands. He does like a Korn tribute band called Issues.
Nice.
There's a Limp Bizkit covered band.
AJ, you don't have time to list them all off.
Yeah.
There's so many bands.
And they're all amazing.
No time to list them all off.
And if you want your eyes to melt out of your fucking skull, go see Jon Snow, New Metal Messiah.
Metal Messiah, Jon Snow, signing off.
Also, check out Jay Salerno's
Respawn Tattoo.
Yeah, Gentle J, Respawn Tattoo. Friend of the show.
Let him tat you up.
Yeah, let him tat you the fuck up. And then also, what am I missing? Anything else?
How about our shit?
Oh, yeah. Check out our shit. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have a website.
Website?
Where's that?
You can go to. It's freakwoolspodcast.com. We share pictures there. We have merch if you want to buy like a t-shirt, a hoodie,
pint glasses for you
glasses,
alcoholics.
Hell yeah.
And
it's almost
other
parade
stuff. You can email us there, and if you have any suggestions,
you can listen to all the new episodes.
Yeah.
We got links to some of the people's stuff that's on the show, so if you want to find them real quick with a single click, just look it up.
So check
freakwoolspodcast.com, made by our pal
Mike Vinch,
the Vinci, if ever there was one.
Yeah, Mike Vinci hooked us up. He helped create the whole website, and if you're looking to do something like that, check out Shinty Hill Design. He could hook you up with a cool logo.
They will
and
rock your socks.
Yeah, he'll rock you the fuck up. And with that being said, I think that's it, right?
We're done.
As far
There's
as
nothing
plugs,
left to say.
Wait. 3 Jacks.
3 Jacks.
What's the burger of the month?
Should know that. Let me think. Burger of the month is the...
March?
No, that's not it. Oh, God.
March Mayhem?
Yeah, it's the...
I don't know.
Celtic Warrior.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redo.
Redo.
I'll have myself prepared next week.
Okay. But burger of the month, we're not sure about that yet. But check out 3 Jacks in Dunmore. It's the best seat in town. No, that's Cinemark. Wait.
Yeah. This is like basics done better,
That's
bitch.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
Let's
say.
wrap this up.
All right. Thank you to our guest, Mr. Justin O'Hearn. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again. It's always fun.
Please come back anytime you want. Love having you on.
Yo, we gotta do like I Know You Did last summer.
Yes,
awesome.
100%, 100%. Because I want to talk about that soundtrack
I got a
too.
feeling about that.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
An erection.
Okay, that's a little more than a feeling. But cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thanks to our guest, first time appearance, Miss Marnie Azzarelli. One of the coolest people. I had such a blast. Please come back anytime you want.
Absolutely. Anytime
If you want to do I Know What You Did Last summer?
Okay. If you ever do Halloween.
I've been watching you inch your way to the door the whole night.
Yeah, just leaving.
just
Yeah.
I like
Get
how
outta
Marnie
here.
was like, "Oh, this is what this is."
Oh, I thought this was like a
this
real
is a Jerry
thing.
O'Connell fan club? Fuck this.
Shit.
Speaking of erection.
I totally agree.
Thank you guys.
Wait, we're not going to talk about Jerry O'Connell anymore?
No.
There's a whole separate podcast.
All right.
That I'm not coming to.
Thank you, Rory, for being the best co-host in the world. Love you.
Actually, there's I don't know how to take compliments.
I hate you.
And thank you to all our listeners at home.
Hey, no, thank you for being a great host.
you,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jay, for just being
Thanks.
the best.
Yeah, man.
Keeping us on
I don't know how to take
track.
compliments either.
Yeah. Thanks
I
for
don't
the
like it.
thanks for the weekly erection.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to help you out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can help
Help
me
you
out.
out.
Anytime something comes up, I'm happy with you,
Wow.
man.
Something comes up. But go ahead.
Oh, boom.
Oh.
Boom. But thank you to all the listeners at home. Thank you guys so much for listening every week, tuning in, giving us feedback and ratings and love. So we appreciate it. And with that being said, thank you for listening to
Jeffy Salt.
No.
He's so good.